demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause I'm there for you.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Now let me see you what? Drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor then. Now lean in.
Gravy make a splash like Pippin. Shit, that's nothing. Splash. Everybody call me Big Pimpin'. No, I ain't bluffing. I'm with your mom in the kitchen, making blueberry muffins.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Chicken, banana. Chicken, banana. Chicken, banana. Banana, banana.
I remember when I lost my
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul on the Scene Line. Coming to you from the fat side of the moon. I got my regular crew back here with me tonight. I got Cubby Bear, Chicago. Not really, but everybody thinks that. And we got True Q. We got him with us too. Boy, we're going to have a hell of a time here tonight. How's everybody doing?
Good, good. Just here to point out the obvious and illogical.
Well, yeah. Did you catch the
Are you playing that
Mark
music?
Sergeant? What's that?
Are you playing that music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yes, I did catch the interview.
That's Buddy Guy playing "Damn Right I Got the Blues."
Right on.
Thought that'd be a good one to open up with. Have that playing in the background for a little bit. So
That's a good way to
get
open the
into it.
show. A little
How's
different.
True Few doing tonight, man?
Pretty good. How do I sound?
Hey, you sound fantastic, man.
Good, good. I'm
Fantastic.
doing great, man.
Yeah, we had a fun time on that show, man. It was all right. Figured, what is today? Today's Thursday, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
All
didn't
day.
do one Wednesday night. I was like, tired. And we finished up that job today. I think I got a picture of it someplace. I don't know where. I gotta send it to my wife. Maybe. Oh yeah. So here in a minute. Yeah. Go ahead and stop this here. Buddy Guy, ladies and gentlemen, Buddy Guy. Yeah, so this was well, let me see, I gotta go there. There.
Nice.
So yeah, that was the metal, that was a bitch. Had this big long metal break. Had to figure out where the wraps and everything go on that, and we did pretty good, seeing as how that's not something we do all the time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If we'd have thought, see, we got an overhang over here on this other side. If we'd
Mm-hmm.
have thought better, we'd gone ahead and done these long ones here first, and then use the remnants to cut these overhang soffits over
Mm-hmm.
here. But I wasn't running the show, man. So they cut those first, and then we ended up short like 1.5 long planks of that shit. Had to get that. But hell, we got her all done. We put up a nice little vinyl railing around the guy's staircase and shit. So usually I feel really good when we get done with something and they're happy with it, you know. So
Yeah. Moving on up, accomplishing it. Level up, man. Is that like an awning for like a patio, or is that a?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
He just had a concrete patio slab out there, and then he's got a screened in porch right back there behind that.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to have something like that here.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, man, that sun will beat down on you, and it's nice, and you want to sit outside. And if you don't have a shade tree or some kind of an awning, that sun will bake you right out, man. You're not going to stay out long.
I need to do something about my patio. I got a brick patio out there, but I want to put something more concrete, less cracks in it. I like the bricks. The aesthetic is nice, but it's a pain in the ass to keep weeding over and over again and all that stuff. Take care of,
And it's hard to take it, Epsom salt and vinegar.
Oh yeah.
Vinegar. That'll kill it. Like you can spray that along your fence line.
Yeah. Don't use Roundup.
Yeah, that's stuff. You know what that is? That's Agent Orange.
Might as well be.
It is. It's the same shit, same company. I think who bought Monsanto? Somebody bought Monsanto. Bayer.
Who cares?
Yeah, Bayer.
They're all the same.
Maker of the aspirins, Bayer.
Supposed to keep you alive with a low dosage aspirin for a heart attack too, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it does good. Yeah, in case because as you get older, your aspirin levels get low.
I know.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, they got if you're overweight, I guess that means that. Wait a minute, what was that? Because there's some new footage has come out from this White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting, and not good at all. It's total idiocracy clown show shit. Let me get over to it here. Oh, come on. It's all just a distraction away from the.
Yeah, it's all just a distraction away from the. 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 It's all just a distraction aw That short-term pain that they were talking about coming, that isn't going to be so short-term and isn't going to be for the long-term gain.
Oh wait, is this it?
Going to be a long-term pain for.
It's going to get worse. It's over
zero
$4.
gain.
It's over four. It's over $4. Gas is
Oh
over
yeah, it's only
$4.
going to get. Everything's going to get worse.
Yeah, here it is.
Oh, boy. Where have we seen this before?
It's not really it. I just
remind me of COVID all over again.
Yeah, it was. No, the real one is. This is crazy because there was a dog sniffing, a bomb sniffing dog on site, and this thing. Let me read the thing to it here. This is Stu Peters put this out a little while ago. They said, "What kind of inside job is this? Secret Service agent with dog is casually chatting it up with Cole Thomas Allen 1 second before he runs through security with a shotgun." So
there's no way any of this crap can happen. Because my uncle, he used to be a cop, right? And like, if a president was coming in town, like a week or so in advance, they would go and surveil the whole area where he was going to be at. And I'm not talking about just like the event center or whatever, like the whole town. They'd check out the whole town, for like a week in advance. And they'd check people, they'd go through people's profiles and stuff, check all the people who might be around there, who live by there, all that stuff. So it's crazy to me to even think that any of this could even possibly happen within a,
Dude, we had King Charles and Kamala Harris came to Front Royal today.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's only like 30 miles north of me. That's usually where we go, either there or Harrisonburg if we need something that's not here in the county, like a bigger store or something. But Front Royal, that's like 30 miles up the road. And I saw pictures people posted in the local Facebook thing, man. There was like every fucking cop in the state was there, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
guess where they ate? Guess where they ate?
The Menslin.
At a fucking pizza place. How ironic.
Oh, that's it.
How ironic they went to a pizza joint. I was like, are you kidding me, man? Come on. Come on. There's Lowry. What's happening, Lowry?
Hey.
You're muted or something, man.
Muted
there you go.
Bro.
There you go. You're just low.
Hold on a second.
There you go. There you go. Ooh, let me grab my coffee too. I just made some.
Is that a little bit better?
Yep. That's good.
Yeah. I was so I'm kicking off a lot more Reckoner channel stuff tonight. So I might dip off here, but then I might dip in and like combine your channel for a hot minute tonight, just to see it, just say hi and cross over some people. What I've noticed in the last at least the last 6 months is that there's a lot of people meeting people from channels that they didn't even know existed.
Oh, wow.
And it's really doing good. I mean, like there's a lot of people suddenly sparking up because there's a lot of cross-channel activision. So if I come back on later tonight, it'll probably just be like, hey, hi, and like just to introduce some viewers from the Reckoner and some other places so they can see your channel. And we might hang out. I don't know what it's going to look like because I don't exactly know how it's going to be. I think I'm going to put your broadcast on my main screen, and then it'll be us talking over here. Vlad's going to come on, and NDB and a few other people. But I just want to see how it looks because what I've found out is that there's a lot of people that don't have any idea who some of the people are in this thing at all. They have no idea. And I've been kind of observing it. I'm especially watching X because I follow Shane St. Pierre and Stone and those guys from Globebusters, and they've been doing some hard work on X. And there's a whole group of people over there that have no fucking idea about your channel, about my channel, about anything else, and because they just lived in that space the whole time, they didn't ever actually do it. So. But it's an exciting time to be alive, man. It really is. I mean, you guys are crushing it over here, and it's just funny. Everything's just fucking hilarious.
Oh my god!
And I'm just like
thank you, Clown World, for the content. I mean, wow.
I
It's
know,
like
I know. It's
every
just
day.
like, wow.
It's like every day. First thing. Well, not today. Christ, I got up. You know what I done last night? Like an idiot. I went to set my alarm, but instead of turning it on, I set it for tomorrow morning, right? And I'm laying here, snooze along, and all of a sudden my wife comes in and she goes, "Don't you have to work today?" And I said, "Yeah, why? What time is this?" She goes, "It's 5 minutes to 8. I have to be to work at 8." I was like, holy shit. So I just jumped up, put on my work pants and shit, put on this camouflage jacket, hat, jammed my teeth in my mouth, and out the door I went. Boom. She made me a cup of coffee, out the door I went. I got there. I ended up, I was only 5 minutes late. It's all right. The boss was 15 minutes late. So fuck it.
Yeah.
That's why I married you, honey. You're my backup alarm clock.
You're like, where's
Anyway.
Dave? We need Dave. He's got all the fucking tools, man. He's got, and it is. It's like every time it's like, here, I got something that's gonna make that a little easier for you here.
I had a moment like that today. I was talking to Nika. And I was like, it's Friday, and she was like, no, it's Thursday. And then I realized, why was I ever worried about what day it was to begin with?
Right.
Like, what was that even? What does that even mean? What does Thursday versus Friday mean? And then it goes back to the calendar thinking and like everything else. I was like, oh, you might be right.
No, you thought it was Friday, and then he was like, hey, it's Saturday. I want to do Reckoner. It's a Saturday night special.
Yeah.
So I do that all the time. I think I'm always a day
fact
ahead.
checked.
Yeah.
Hey, at least I got my trash out this morning before I left. That's the trash was out there because I always forget that it's Thursday. Wednesday night I always forget trash goes out. And then finally, luckily I have 2 cans. So like over the course of 2 weeks, I use them. I won't make them fuckers work for that $78 a month. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Go.
So
I'm
we're
using all the fucking water I can.
Yeah, we're gonna pop back in and say hi after we go live on Reckoner, because we're trying to get that channel going. You guys keep crushing it.
Right on, bro. Thanks.
All right, cheers.
Up, bro. So anyway, this is this Cole character that did the shooting, and he goes in this room and watch what follows after him. Come on, dog. No treats for you. What are you doing in here? Oh, I'm supposed to be here. Okay. Carry on. Out he runs with a fucking gun. Now, all right. Now, hold up a second. Here's a problem I'm going to look at right here. Wait till he comes running out of here. Now, didn't they say he had a shotgun?
I don't know. I just wrote it off as garbage. So,
who puts a fucking scope on a shotgun?
Matt or Thomas Crooks.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
Or no, not a shotgun, but yeah.
I mean, I can see a red dot, but you got to get a heavy duty red dot to take the recoil. Otherwise you'll vibrate the shit out of it and knock it out of alignment. And look where the strap is hooked to the tip of the barrel.
Yeah, okay.
That is not a shotgun.
Can you expand that picture?
The metal detector.
That's as big as it gets. Well, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Let me back it up again.
Why'd the dog not react?
That's illegal.
I think the dog was reacting. The dog.
Well, at first, but I mean, why didn't he continue to I don't know. I would have figured like a dog like that would have chased after him, and then he started running.
Well, like them drug dogs when they do an open air search.
Like right there, I would have figured the dog would have started going after him.
Right. No, he tried to bite the handler. Yeah. Running. Look at these motherfuckers running. Look at him. Good, let's get out of here. It's dangerous in this job.
This is silly.
Oh, this is dangerous.
I just can't take any of this serious.
It just plays over slow. There it is in slow motion. There's. See that gun fades out.
What is he running under? Is that like a security?
Yeah.
Check thing.
That's a little ass shotgun. I can tell you that.
Um,
I need to look at something else. Oh, wait till he comes back under that thing again.
more grainy footage because that's all we get ever.
You get stunning 4K of Uranus, right? Stunning 4K of some nebula and shit. But this guy, you know, here's supposed to be security, right? What do you know? Well, he would seem to be a human. That's the only description. Blurry. Look for anybody that's blurry. That's what we're after.
I will say he was related to NASA and not flat Earth, though. Just for
Yeah, just like every serial killer in history was a globe earther. You know
I
that.
know.
See,
it's a weird connection.
These fucking people here. This is what gets me. Watch these people. Now, why is this so good? Isn't this the same? What they do? Enhance it or something? Remember the first time we saw this? It was like
it's like a combination of color and black and white.
Blurry, so that wasn't even the same dude, is it?
I don't know enough about cameras to.
It's retarded.
And isn't that the agent? Is that the agent that got shot there?
Well, as it turns out, okay, so here's how dumb they are. Okay, with their shit.
Nobody thought just
all right. The officer was shot by another officer.
Yeah, that officer shot that agent. It looks like.
Well, yeah. Well, think about this too. Here's the key thing. What was that guy carrying?
Which guy?
A shotgun, right? What was he carrying in it? What was this? Buckshot? What kind of shot was in this thing? Was it a slug?
Hopefully not birdshot.
See, this is the thing. They got it. Here's a guy clearly carrying a rifle with a scope. And they say it's a shotgun, yet he fires. You don't never see him fire. But one of these agents gets hit. I don't see anybody get hit. I didn't see anybody get hit in any of the footage.
Look at that agent. He like bends over like he got hit in the stomach with that vest. You know, he had the vest on, so it probably like looked like he kicked him in the gut.
Well, see, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What was it? What was the guy using? And this is what's ridiculous too. They said he had knives, pistols, and a shotgun. Like he was loaded up for bear, like he was going to be Rambo all of a sudden. Or what?
Like the guy from Vegas.
Yeah, that's some unrealistic expectations right there. What do you got planned? You're going to take some long range shots with the long gun, fight your way out with the handguns, and then do close hand combat with knives? Because you worked at JPL? What? Come on, man. Come on. I don't know. I like this summary, though.
The dire situation that the United States is in. You know what happened in D.C. at the shooting? I think it was the Israeli press correspondents' dinner, I think. Donald Trump was there. He was due to give a comedy routine, I guess. The theatrics of this are so emblematic of like where the United States is as a political economy in 2026. It's the only country in the world that basically lives in a sort of Jerry Springer virtual reality. No disrespect to Jerry Springer. I think he's level-headed and rational compared to the sort of circus we're seeing. It's kind of like what we saw at this DC shooting event, this active shooter event. It's almost if the event taking place in order to accommodate the active shooter controversy because there's so much political capital wrapped up in this shooting event. I mean, they really milked it, didn't they? You got the sympathy vote for Trump, all the MAGA influencers tweeting simultaneously, this is why we need a new ballroom in the White House, Boondoggle Project. You know, what's this ballroom actually for? What's going under the ballroom? That's a good question. My belief is, based on the architect working on it and his Israeli connections, that there's another command bunker being constructed, a parallel command bunker. We're not being told about this. You could couch this in national security, whatever you want. could it be that there is a parallel agenda going on with regards to this ballroom that's much more than just a venue? And they sort of gave the game away a little bit after this. And I'm just going to point out a couple of obvious things. One of them is, if indeed this was a real threat, as it's being marketed as, they tackled the shooter. He managed to fire off some shots. I don't know how much of a threat it was to the president himself, but he was allowed to come into the lobby, which I thought was extraordinary. According to Carrie Lake and other attendees, they didn't even check IDs. So anyway, security protocols off, that's confirmed. So they're either incompetent or this was allowed to happen. It was lax for a reason. Protocol for Secret Service, if the president is somehow in danger or under threat, he is removed from the location and then taken to a secure location. So they did that. So he stood up there for an hour taking questions, selling his ballroom project, just kind of waffling on. They did the show of force in the dinner suits, and it was just like some sort of Black Mirror rendition of Dean Martin's Celebrity Roast. But anyway, we have to suffer these things. Kind of a dead giveaway. He wasn't under threat. If he was, he wouldn't have been standing there doing the Dean Martin roast for an hour. So make of it what you will. The Daily Shooter was tackled. Very unusual bio. NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, and so on. What I call the conspiratorium. We'll be able to mull over those details for the next 5 years. You can go for a little more lively discussion. Just go to our YouTube channel, to the Sunday Wire. The last thing was episode 592. And just last thing I'll say about the DC shooting has all the attributes of a high-profile political event that's used to leverage themes, legislative opportunities, policy, and so forth. It's all done on the back of the event itself. It doesn't happen in a vacuum. Look at the context of everything.
Another thing, too, is after they took him, you see where they took Trump after they took J.D. Vance. I think there's about 10 to 12 seconds takes place between the time they take Vance and the time they finally get him. And then once they took him off stage, that motherfucker stood up in there and watched all the chaos and shit happening out in the ballroom. He stood there watching it.
Uh-huh.
You know, the first thing he said after they got him out of there from Butler, Pennsylvania, he was asking everybody how it looked on TV.
Sounds like Trump.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about fucking image and appearance and shit. Symbolism over substance. I have a really dark little cartoon that I'm going to show y'all that this one, I went, whoa. You know, it's kind of along the lines of the little boy that cried wolf type thing. Is that the one? Oh, here. Oh, shit. Wrong one. God damn it.
Yep, he's the type of guy that's all about ratings and optics.
Damn thing took a minute to catch up, and then yeah, they had and he was up here in the park too. The king and queen. She's not supposed to be called the queen. That was one of the agreements that they allowed him to remarry. Was that one of the things was that she's not to have the title of queen, and everybody is referring to her as the queen. So,
what is her name?
Camilla.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this is pretty dark.
Good grief.
I like this. Yeah, they were right up there at the park up here in they had the whole park closed off so they could have all them idiots walking around. This big freaking motorcade, 47 fucking vehicles or some shit like that. It was stupid. But this is pretty good.
Okay. Ooh, no, I'm so scared. Okay, the movie is over. Cut. I said it's over. What are you doing?
הגיע הזמן.
That's this band. It's dark as shit, bro. That's like a little man, the little boy that cried wolf, personified. Into him, which is that was pretty good, actually. So here's something about Putin is offering to take over the plutonium extraction and all this other bullshit and this is what we're being told. Where this information is coming from, God only knows. I don't believe nothing that comes out of the State Department. Not for a second. Mainstream media, not for a second. Not for a second. So I don't know how accurate any of this crap is, but we'll find out sooner or later. Where was I? Here we go. Da-da-da.
So now
Uh-oh. Yikes. Are you playing something soft?
Oh, I was. Shit.
Okay. All right, just making sure. I didn't know if
something
froze.
Yeah, I'm good. Damn. See, I haven't had enough bong hits. That's what it is.
So now that Trump has won the war with Iran, I don't know, 17 times, he has to figure out how to finish it. And everybody's coming at him with new ideas. Muriel Madison, leading all the Zionists, was at the White House yesterday trying to convince Trump that he needs to obliterate their army one more time. He's just got to obliterate them one more time. And that's all they're going to need to win the war for the 19th time. And Putin even called him up because Putin was like, dude, you're in a whole fucking mess here. Putin says they will take full responsibility. Russia will take full responsibility for all of Iran's nuclear material. They will guarantee Israel's safety. They will oversee that the straits are opened up. Putin said, we will wrap this whole fucking thing up for you if you will just get the fuck out of there. What did the White House have to say about it? Nothing. Wouldn't even acknowledge it. Putin had to come out and he's like, this is what I offered him, and nobody really said fucking shit. Best case scenario right there. Putin just laid down the best case scenario. Senator Kennedy, now that's the old dude, not RFK, the Kennedy dude. He's from down south. I can't even remember where. It doesn't matter. He fucking tossed it to Trump. He's like, you already won the war. You completed all the objective. He's like, let's just go home. We'll just say we're done and we'll go home. That's they are honest to God pitching that fucking pitch. That's the one I was giving forever ago. I was like, dude, you already said you won. Just leave. Just leave. But Israel will not let them. Israel has always had control over our presidents, but never like this. Never just like where they're like, military, U.S. military, jump 5 feet, and the military just jumps 6 feet. They have Trump by the fucking nuts. Whether he is scared of getting Charlie Kirk or Israel outing that Melania is actually one of Jeffrey Epstein's whores, probably a little bit of both. Probably a little bit of both if you had to guess, because Israel fucking owns them. Like, Mark Levin is basically Nostradamus at this point. If you've been paying attention, everything Mark Levin has said that Trump should do, Trump has done that. And Mark Levin is out there once again. He's pitching the same thing. Bomb them again. And then fucking kick all the Nazis off social media. He's like, yeah, anybody who doesn't agree with Mark Levin, Mark Levin must be a secret Democrat, or, you know, how, because the Democrats are always like, you're a bunch of Nazis. Yeah, well, now the right is doing the same thing, because both the radical left and the fucking neocon right, both owned by Israel. That's right. And anybody who doesn't agree with Israel, you're a Nazi, and we've got to censor you. So the same censorship that the left was kicking for the last 4 years under Biden, now Trump's neocon right is going to start fucking pushing censorship. Go fuck you both. Fuck the Uniparty. Fuck them all. Fuck Israel. Take the deal with Russia. Putin's the fucking grown up in the room here, because Pete Hegseth, he also said, we could take the fucking blockade global. You're going to go global with it. I didn't think, he must have been so fucking drunk, and he was already half retarded. Nuts to never fucking got the memo. You don't go full retard. Blocking blockade worldwide. Like, not only do we not have the ships to pull that off, what are you going to go start blockading other straits and interceding in other countries? Like, that isn't going to turn the whole world against us. This is World War III or get the fuck out. Donald Trump is just completely lost the war and completely lost the fucking script. Our gas prices are going to continue to go through the roof. The fucking famine for 2027 in every third world country, that shit, because of the fertilizer held back, that's already locked in. The famine for 2027 is already locked in, and so many people don't have a fucking clue what is going on here. Good luck to you all. Everybody with a head on your shoulders, good luck to you. The rest of you that have no clue what's going on, you're fucked. So don't even fucking worry about it. Long live the Republic.
I like that. For those of you that don't know, they're better off, you know. They're probably better off if they don't. Who was it? Somebody in here just said it. Says, "This is how I know I'm in a fever dream."
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no shit, man. Oh my god, I haven't even got into Hegseth getting grilled.
I didn't watch any of that. I knew he did, but
I've watched parts of it and shit, and where they're asking the pertinent questions. This guy's all over the place. And I don't know how these fucking people can get away with it. He's in there basically begging for $1.5 trillion this war.
For a war that's already won, mind you.
Yeah, 15 times or so now, I think.
Yeah.
He's begging for money for this shit. And then when they ask him questions, he's like, well, what about you? You know, it's like, well, no, you're here to answer questions from us. We don't answer questions from you. You know, he's like, oh, man, you'll see. This guy needs to be fucking killed.
The only thing about those hearings, there's another waste of time and money. But
well, they get to be in the spotlight. That's part of what we can have at the Fletcher Memorial Home for Incurable Tyrants and Kings.
Right.
That's a feature, having closed circuit TV so that they can appear to themselves on closed circuit TV. Be sure that they're still real and relevant and everything, and they can argue with each other in front of the cameras and all that, play their little fucking game of Risk. Just go, all right, boys, go to the recreation room and play it out on Risk. Okay. Just pretend they're real people that you're killing. Okay.
Right.
Here's some more Thorazine for your psychotic ass. God. Here's what they ought to do with Pete Hegseth. They ought to ship his ass back to Fox News and then fire his ass.
just shut that thing down altogether.
Hire him back at Fox just so you could fire his ass. Put him out there and then draft his ass to go to the war that he started. Would that be some shit?
Would been training, right?
Yeah.
Been training with the boys. You can go get back in the fight.
That would be shit. He gets fired as Secretary of War and then ends up getting fucking drafted and going into the war that he started. Oh, shit. That would
be apropos.
It's kind of like that movie that what was it, Mercy? That one where that guy, he's the one that came up with this AI court system capital punishment thing, and he gets put in it. That's fun. That's poetic justice. So anyway, the meat. Beware of what you buy at the store. This lab meat has made it to the stores.
Oh yeah, been a while.
Little things to look for.
Never buy meat from the grocery store without looking for this one word on the label. Most Americans don't even know this exists. But I'm going to tell you, as bioengineered meat starts showing up in stores, it's important to know what you're really buying. You won't see obvious labels like lab grown. Instead, they might use words that sound more natural. The words you need to look for are cell cultivated or cell based. These labels are already approved and used to describe meat grown from animal cells in a lab. This meat isn't from a living animal. It's produced in a bioreactor from animal cells. So next time you shop, read the label carefully. Never buy.
That's why, I mean, if it's if you got access to a butcher or a farm, I mean, get it from there. It's really these days, it's really not that much difference in price the way things are at the store nowadays. And I've been doing that for years now, but honestly, like, yeah, I wouldn't trust a single thing that you get from the store. I buy very little from the store, that I can, bare minimum. But I know that it's not really accessible to everybody and price efficient for everybody to do that. But these days, the way prices are with everything, I mean, it's really not that far off in comparison.
I'll pay the doctor or pay the grocer.
Yeah.
That's the choice. You know, something in this footage that I was wondering about is you see this cop and he looks up at the security camera too. This is what's weird. They take down this one magnetometer, this thing here, over here on the right. He's in the process of taking that down. Why are they taking it down? What are they doing to it? What's the purpose of that? Watch. Because we're watching this guy. Of course, we see him go in there, a dog follows him. Okay, this guy right here pulls this thing down. He looks right up at the camera. There's the guy who went running through and he goes, oh.
I find it hard to believe that many people missed them. And then, like, everybody at once is, like, shocked. Like,
look at all these other fucking pussies running off into this. Watch when they run off into this hole. Look at.
But do you notice?
Get out of here, Feet, do your stuff.
Do you notice they all react at the same time, though? Like,
you're
telling me not one person saw him before the other person, or after, for that matter. All at the same time, they all react. Watch.
I wonder why this guy was taking this thing down.
Oh, we all react.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the other one's running off here. Whoa, we got to save the president. Let's go hide in this closet.
Yeah.
Dumb fuckers.
I could never understand that, even as a kid from a young age, that, like, why the president is the most important person to save, like, why over everybody else. There can be, obviously, in all these situations there are other people, and supposedly at Butler somebody did get killed, not, but anyway, how, why is the one guy the most important person that we need to preserve? Like, I don't, what does he mean to this world so much that, we got to make sure that guy doesn't die? Like, he really makes that good of decisions.
And as far as, brains and importance are concerned, I would say that the guy that they're saying is the shooter has more brains and is more important than supposedly the guy he was going after, Trump. But nobody ever said he was going after Trump. That was really crazy in that 60 Minutes interview, because the guy had said in his manifesto that he didn't want the blood on his hands from a pedophile and a rapist. And Trump says, oh, I'm not a pedophile, I'm not a rapist and shit. And that reporter said, oh, did you think he was talking about you?
I didn't watch any of that either.
Oh, yeah. And you could tell he knew he'd stepped in it. But here, this is Kamala on Trump, or Kamala, or whatever her name is, Camilla. And she's not the queen, okay? But in any case, this is.
Trump is just an arrogant and rude clown. He is the most disrespectful politician I have ever encountered in my diplomatic career. During his previous meeting with Charles, he engaged in an aggressively domineering handshake that lasted over 10 seconds, and he even overstepped to pat the king's shoulder, openly mocking the dignity of the royal family. I endured it silently, but he ignored all decorum. This time, he has gone even further. At the official state arrival ceremony at the White House, he brazenly cut in front of me, muscling his way into my scheduled diplomatic handshake sequence. He turned a solemn bilateral state occasion into his own personal publicity stunt. This deliberate humiliation of others' dignity is utterly despicable. What makes it even more humiliating? Of course, he will claim it was an innocent mistake, that he was unaware of protocol, but I know the truth. He is merely an arrogant man who abuses his status to act with impunity, treating rudeness as a tool to grab attention.
Yeah, I got to agree.
That may be true. That may be true, but all that royal dignity and prestige stuff,
yeah.
that's all
But
silliness to me.
there are certain protocols that they observe, and it's they're supposed to have a protocol department.
Yeah.
That makes sure of this. This was so bad, dude, that they actually put out thousands of fucking Australian flags around DC on everything in preparation of King Charles coming. Because they didn't know the difference between a fucking Australian flag and the British flag.
This president put Israeli flags up.
Jeez, yeah, they might as well have. Jesus Christ, yeah. But yeah, that's how bad they are. That's just how bad they are. And this was funny. This was actually funny right here. Did I save that one? It's got him. It compares him to Michael Scott. And I thought that. This is like Michael Scott from you. Did you ever watch The Office?
I've seen some episodes, but I never got into it.
The Steve Carroll guy.
Yeah.
That character is just like so self-unaware of shit. I mean, he just says the most wrong shit and has no idea that he's saying it. It reminds me so much of this. But this happened. This was actually kind of funny. Oh my God.
The president thinks that having larger ears means you can hear better, and 6 other conversation starters at parties this summer. I'm a physical therapist with a doctorate in my field and 14 years experience working in home health care treating geriatric patients who have dementia and a diminishing frontal lobe, like the fucking president.
Relocating NASA's headquarters out of D.C. once the lease is up, states like Texas, Ohio, and Florida.
Well, the best man to tell you that is the man sitting right over here. You heard that question? With those beautiful ears of yours? He's got great hearing, He's got super hearing.
Trick of the trade, sir. I have also referred to other people's conspicuous...
I mean, look at... Because he's got big fucking ears. And Trump... It kind of reminds me of Austin Powers with the mole. He's a mole, fucking mole.
Yeah, always got to point it out.
Yeah, man. He's like, look at that size of that motherfucker's ears. You know he heard that question.
His facial features when I was 9. And that's mostly because my frontal lobe had not developed yet. The frontal lobe in your brain that keeps you from saying shit that you shouldn't. When somebody has frontotemporal dementia like the president, their filter is disintegrating. This is a classic case of what's called disinhibition in a dementia patient, where they're going to start saying shit that comes to their mind with no filter. Like, open up the fucking straight, you bastards, or you'll be living in hell. If his behavior reminds you of an elementary school child, that's because his brain is very similar to an elementary school child. He's now on a full week of borrowed time, where he should have either left the land of the living because he aspirated on a Big Mac, or been impeached, or they should have completed the process of invoking the 25th Amendment. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Just, hey, big ears, did you hear that fucking question? You want to answer it? You got them big radar dish ears on you? Look like a fucking taxi cab with the doors open? What's up?
I tell you, whoever they get to replace Trump, it better be somebody good, because he is content gold, whether you like him, dislike him, or anything in between.
And he just keeps throwing them out there to us. Hey, big ears, did you hear that shit? Oh my God. Oh, this is terrible with him. Oh yeah, this is crazy too. I saw this earlier. Candace Owens is saying that Larry Loomer, God, she's an ugly fucking thing.
Oh man, that's
Jesus.
Nightmares are made of.
She looks like fucking Jigsaw from the Saw movies.
Rocky Dennison.
Yeah, Rocky Dennison.
That's what I think of every time I see it.
When she's saying that Loomer might have some blackmail on Trump. And I think she does.
That's her game, or whatever
Yeah,
she
man.
is.
Oh, she's really going after some people. She's just unhinged as all hell.
This entire thing, you have to recognize what to pull away from this is that she was going on an unhinged racist rant, and then she was able to make a demand that the president of the United States issue a Truth Social supporting her mania. And it was a demand, I want to be clear, that I am told specifically that Susie Wiles was staunchly opposed to. Credit to Susie Wiles. That she came up against that and said this is a very bad idea. And yet Trump's team overall conceded. The question is why? That's a very important question. Why did Donald Trump concede to a lunatic? There has been, of course, a very long-standing rumor that it's because she has blackmail on him, a rumor that I'm reticent to believe, right? Because it's Laura Loomer. But it has something to do with her having relations, that she went on to Air Force One years ago, as we all knew, and then began telling people that
she blew him on the plane.
That she had relations with Donald Trump. Again, it's Laura Loomer. So don't just take it with a grain of salt, take it with a grain of crack cocaine, okay? But the point is, we are now able to demonstrate that she's able to force the administration's hand, okay? So do I believe what she is going to allege, whatever they're afraid of? Probably not, if I'm being honest. But is she now threatening them into compliance, or she will make his life a living hell? As she says, I won't stop. I'll post your grandkids, your mother, your father. I won't stop until I get what I want. Probably. They probably just don't want to deal with Laura Loomer. Either way, that is a type of blackmail in my view. That's a type of emotional blackmail. Okay. And that very real notion that our president, who it seems randomly attacks people on her behalf. So when you're wondering, why did he send out this crazy tweet about Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly? If you go onto Laura Loomer's feed, you will see that it's her focus of the week. It's whoever Laura Loomer happens to be attacking. That should be noted.
So he's attacking the exact same people. She's already told some people that she blew him on the plane and that he said it was the best he'd ever had.
I don't know what kind of lows you got to go to actually tell people that. That's blackmail or not, you know.
How'd you get past that diaper smell? That's what I'd be bad, you know. That's
So Laura blew Trump. That's what that's the story.
That's the claim.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I would be bragging about it, you know.
No, I wouldn't either. That's what I'm saying. Did you have to use Desitin? I mean, you're
Well,
not
that's how you do it in politics, right? You got to take that giant leap.
Well, that's like there used to be at least a bottom, you know, where it was sort of like you just sort of a line you didn't go past. And it just seems like now everything's out, you know, everything's just there, you know. Dude rapes kids, but he's won 14 wars, you know, in a week. What the fuck?
Well, you know, he was Mandela. He was a timeline where he was in another world where he did all this stuff. Yeah. And
Trump?
Yeah, Trump. Yeah.
Well, word on the street is he's a time traveler. I'm just kidding for anybody who believes that.
He's Doctor Who. He's got a tortoise. He's coming to get you.
Not sure.
Not sure, Andrew? What are you not sure of?
That's his name.
It's an idiocracy.
Not sure, Andrew.
Remember when they ask him what his name is? He's like,
okay,
I'm not sure. And all of a sudden, that's his name. Tattooed on his arm.
Tattooed on his arm, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
But a very interesting part that came up because of that tattoo that he got, they were driving down the road, right, with his friend Frito trying to get away, and the scanner picked up his tattoo, and what happened? The government shut his fucking car down.
Yeah.
They just passed the thing. They're going to be putting the fucking kill switches in the cars, man.
Oh, yeah. Then they all got
That's
out
been
of
a
the car.
thing for a while.
And that's when they started shooting up the cars. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh,
yeah. Even
his
the
own
guy
car.
whose car it was his car, and he's like, "Oh yeah, awesome," and he's like, "Dude,
He's
that's
a
your
lawyer.
car." Yeah, you went to Costco.
Well, they
Legal.
wouldn't be able to do that to me. My car doesn't have a kill switch in it.
No, but the new ones will.
Yeah, anything that yeah, I don't
And
know.
then
what
they'll outlaw,
2026, and yeah.
through all their green shit, they'll outlaw all gasoline cars and
Make it unaffordable is what they're about to do.
I have one question, and then before I make the question, Alex Lowry is going to be starting up
We
the
heard
Reckoner
this.
again here tonight. I'm going to be
yeah,
on
we've
there.
been informed.
Okay, cool. And here's my question. I know it's very deeply opinionated. If a politician were to come out and say, like let's just say Trump, in an extreme way, sorry guys, I've been lying to you because of death threats, financial gains, and these different types of world economic type of influences that have been happening.
Right.
And they give all the fucking evidence, like spilling the beans.
Yep.
So it's a two-part thing. Would that be credible, like believable, and would they be forgivable?
No, the nearest sheriff should take them immediately and execute them under penalty of treason.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a rope ready for it. I just haven't done the noose yet.
Right away, firing squad. Boom, gone.
But at least they came like their conscience way clean, right? I mean,
Yeah, well, whatever. You're the one that's got to meet God. You're the one that's got to meet God. You agreed to that penalty when you took the job.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a hypothetical that will probably never ever happen. But
no.
Do we even
it's
go ahead.
one of those ethical types of questions, and that is, I would say, okay, well, you're removed from office, and every single bit of money and property you have is going to be completely removed. But then again, that's like an impossible thing, right? Or just hung up with a piece of 550 cord.
Yeah.
And then it's reusable too. No bullets.
Andrew,
Little
don't they
tub,
teach you?
little tub underneath them to catch the shit and the piss when they.
There you go.
Yep.
And then hungry dogs nearby.
That's quite a scenario you got going on. But don't they teach you in college that modern ethics don't apply in life once you get in college?
I took one sociology course and one sociology course. I hated that course so much to the point where I didn't even want to take it, and I cheated my way through it just to get, because I had to have at least an 80% in the class.
Quite ethical of you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, ethics and concerns for that, because all they were teaching was Marxism.
Yeah.
And so I was like, fuck this. My professor hated me. I hated him. He was a gay black guy, professor of sociology. So guess what he was trying to push?
Gay sociology.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. We saw
And
that
then Marxism as well. And I was like, fuck this. I'm not like. So
Is his name Neil?
And you know what? I may not always be right.
Neil
I'll be as honest as
deGrasse.
possible. Say what? Draft me?
Smoking the
I
grass.
said, was his name Neil?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. I don't know. Maybe I gotta.
Well, I wasn't serious. It wasn't a serious question.
You look at troll babies in the chat or something. They're talking about Raji's troll babies.
I think he's just messing around.
Yeah.
Raji's little troll babies.
All right. Last thing I'm gonna say. I don't know
Okay.
when Lowry's gonna necessarily be going live, but I did tell you guys about how I had that one dude says I'm not an electrician. He went a step further from that, even though I blocked him on Discord. I don't know how he figured out where I work, my supervisor's name, or the head of HR for a .edu account, website, email, the URL, but he did. And he lives in England. I got the entire thing to show. So
Well, you know what? He's part of that fucking PSYOP group, man.
probably.
Listen,
but
this is exactly why I don't fuck with none of these people, man. They're not there for a conversation. They're there to shut you up. They're there to shut you down. That's what their goal is. So anytime you run across them, look, you want to have a discussion, we can have a discussion. The minute you want to get adversarial about it, fuck you. I'm done. Out.
Yeah, well, I found out what his name is, his Gmail account, and I don't know where he lives at the moment, but yeah, it's like it's violating international laws and I think what do they call it, trust laws or something like internet trust laws or something like that. So I'm going to be reporting. Yeah. So if people want to fuck with other people online, just understand that you can only take it so far until you're in handcuffs.
Listen, that Discord is toxic as shit.
Nah, it's not as bad as a lot of people think. It's
everybody I know that's ever got hacked or had that kind of shit right there happen. It's always from people on fucking Discord. I think it's a backdoor into your goddamn computer is what I think it is.
Absolutely.
Well, it's partially my fault because I've already told people my address, my phone number, and my full name. But at the same time, all he was asking for is what's your license number? I have a driver's license too. I'm not going to tell you that, or my social security. Anyways, he found all of that information out.
Yeah.
And I talked
and you know what? What's he going to come over and play? That's why I don't give a fuck. Anybody knows where I live. Come on over. I got toys. Let's play.
Oh yeah, you got Smith and Wesson plus some a bulldog name.
I didn't say nothing about that. I just said I got toys. Depends on your demeanor what toys we get to play with.
Yeah, you got your neighbors too. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a nice little toy here. You put your mouth up on one end of it, and next thing you know, you're in a little happy land and shit. See. And then I got other stuff that'll send you right to Jesus. So you know.
Should you choose to?
Right. So it's all on you. I don't give a fuck where if you know where I live or.
You just brought up a memory.
Matter of fact, the last time I got trolled like that, I was standing at the front door asking them to come on over and see me.
Yeah.
I ain't nowhere around.
So when it came to, again, last thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to head out.
You said that the last 5 things you said.
I know. I have a bad habit of that. But people say
it's like if people say that, all right, I got to go, and they get up and they stand by the back door and talk to you for 20 fucking minutes.
It's like saying bye to the grandkids. I did that for like a half hour.
When I was in boot camp,
never ends.
In what year was it? 2000. We had this one RDC, drill instructor, as they call them in the different branches, recruit drill instructor, and he made us do this thing called the Punisher pose, where you have to put. It's like doing like a lunge, but you have to put your right or left hand in front of you, and it's basically just a stretch that causes like the blood in your body to. It's basically a punishment.
Yeah.
And he called it the Punisher pose, and he said, and we had to do this for like 10 minutes per leg at a time. And he said, yeah, some people will pass out, hit their head on the floor, and become unconscious, and they will see Jesus. You guys want to see Jesus? I'll show you.
Be like, I'm not going to fucking do that.
He was a staunch atheist, so let's put it that way.
Uh-oh.
And he made it very abundantly clear.
Thanks, Steve, man.
Yeah, so anyways, gentlemen, maybe I'll join in later, but I'm going to be joining in on the Reckoner. So maybe I'll join in again later on. If you want the winning lottery numbers, they are 3, 2.
He's cutting out. I can hear you.
Whoops.
I thought it was 86-47.
Oh yeah.
All right, cheers, guys. I'll be back later, maybe.
All right, man.
Well, that was a pleasant visit.
Yeah, man. Anyway, this is kind of interesting.
We have some news right now. Donald Trump is telling advisors privately that he is, quote, the most powerful person to have ever lived. Direct quote from a senior White House official who spoke with The Atlantic as the president is actively looking at ways to consolidate power. The Atlantic is reporting that Trump doesn't seem to care about losing the House of Representatives. He cares only a slight bit more about losing the Senate. He is focused on, quote, legacy-defining moments and legacy-defining actions. This comes on the heels of him no longer comparing himself as a peer to George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, and instead trying to be like Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, and Napoleon Bonaparte. Well, now he's musing privately that he is the most powerful person to have ever lived. It's rhetoric that is sounding the alarms in many circles tonight. I'll have more updates for you as soon as always, so spread the word and follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. There'll be another update shortly.
He's telling people he's the most powerful person in the world. I am God. I mean, hell, he's posting pictures of himself like Jesus. And what was that last one he just put out during one of his little tweet sessions, where he's like a cross between the Terminator and John Wick on a battlefield and shit? And it's like,
see that.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. It might be on.
So Frankenstein's bolts are coming loose, aren't they?
Oh man, they were metric to start with, you know.
Man.
This
world is absurd.
Yeah.
What is it?
Go ahead, Kevin.
I just said this world is absurd.
Mm.
Yeah, you're right. It's not the world, it's the politicians for the biggest part of it. They're the biggest problem that I can think of in known history.
No, and people think that if they put different ones in there, it's going to be different.
I know.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Oh, this cancer tumor is killing me. I'm going to put a different cancer tumor in there.
Yes.
What? God damn it, I got bone cancer. I sure wish I only had lung cancer. What? The fuck is wrong with you people's minds, man? I don't know, man. There's another banger.
Donald, we need to talk. Not about the tweets, not about the deals, about one thing. The contact name in your phone that picked up faster than any American general ever did. We all saw the call log, Donald. It's okay. We made you a song about it. America first. Cute slogan, nice try. Baby on the phone said no, Israel first. Goodbye. You tweet a thread at 3 a.m. half asleep, then delete it by morning cause the optics went cheap. Gold elevator, fake tan, tiny hands, but the real remote control? Tel Aviv's plan. Pete showed up in tattoos like a discount crusader. Filled the actual army, became a TV narrator. You're playing the hero in somebody else's script. The cape doesn't fit and the crown already slipped. Wrong number, wrong number. You called for power, Bibi picked up wonder. Wrong number, wrong number. Thought you ran the empire. Turns out you just answer every call from Tel Aviv a little bit faster. Let's talk about the deals, the art, the book, the brand. You wrote the chapter on winning with both feet in the sand. Ceasefire Monday, bombs on Tuesday again. Wednesday on Truth Social. Everything is zen. The market crashes. Oops, your friends buy the dip. Democracy's a casino. When you're losing the chip, you call it strength when the whole world starts to laugh. Donnie, that's not a legacy. That's a paragraph. Netanyahu doesn't need a partner, needs a pop. And brother, you've been popping up the circus nonstop. Wrong number, wrong number. You called for power, baby picked up wonder. Wrong number, wrong number. Thought you ran the empire. Turns out you just answer every call from Tel Aviv a little bit faster. Are you scared, Donnie? It's okay. Bibi's probably on the other line right now, telling you what to tweet next. Go ahead, we'll wait. Shh. Whose toy is this? Whose toy is this? Watch the Lego Empire start to list. Whose toy is this? Whose toy is this? You're not the dealer, you're just a hand. Welcome to the game that was never yours to command. Nice cape, Pete. Try not to trip on it.
So what's the phone call about? Was it BB? BD?
No, he'll answer the phone quicker and shit for BB.
No, imagine that.
Yep.
The money strings go tight. Yeah.
Money strings. They got him by the. They got him by the same fucking balls that got him in trouble in the first damn place, man.
Yeah. That's the backup. You know.
I put a little short in back that kind of pertains to what Roger was just saying a minute ago, but it happened. It happened this past weekend, so it's pretty relevant. But I think it's something that everybody needs to hear, and I'm glad that the guy said it in front of a gigantic crowd, and I hope more people do it. We need more prominent people, whether you like them or call them gatekeepers. Yeah. Whether you consider them gatekeepers or whatever. Here you go.
Let me tell you something. System of a Down is not a cult. System of a Down is a band with 4 members. 4 members who are good people, who have different beliefs about different things, different solutions about complex problems. Stop letting the media divide you. Stop letting the government divide you. If we can be on stage together and have different thoughts and different beliefs, you can be together too. And for those of you who disagree with me, pull the tapeworm out of your ass.
Pull the tapeworm out of your ass.
A tapeworm tells me where to go.
Yeah, tells me what to do. But he's right. I mean, like I said, more people need to speak out. The media, the government does not control us, even though it seems to some people that it does.
Some people are comforted by it, I think, almost. That would be my.
Some people rely on it every day.
How many of y'all seen the movie Conspiracy Theorist?
I have. Yeah.
Mel
Just watched
Gibson.
it not too long ago.
Jerry Maguire, right?
Yeah, Jerry Fletcher.
Jerry Fletcher.
Oh, Fletcher, yeah. Jerry Maguire is
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Sorry.
Jerry somebody, goddammit. I knew it was Jerry.
I've only seen that movie once too.
I don't know. See if anybody, people in the chat. Is there anybody in the chat who's not ever seen the movie? Where'd Roger go? His shit disconnected.
Yeah.
He's still backstage, but there he is again.
Got beamed up.
The hell, Raj?
Is your mic not working either?
Shit's broke down.
Yeah.
It says here that your shit's all fucked up and you talk like a fag.
Jeez.
Remember that Idiocracy?
Yeah.
It says here your shit's all fucked up and you talk like a fag. There's that fag talk we were talking about.
How do you know it? Yeah.
Have you guys seen this movie Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson, where he's a crazy taxi cab driver? People thought Mel Gibson kind of lost it, out on this island by himself, but some people believe that William Wallace, old Braveheart, favorite movie of all time, by the way, has actually been right the whole time. Would love your thoughts below.
July 8, 1979, all the fathers of Nobel Prize winners were rounded up by United Nations military units, all right? And actually forced at gunpoint to give semen samples in little plastic jars, which are now stored below Rockefeller Center underneath the ice skating rink. Wouldn't want to be there for the thaw. I mean, it's disgusting. You know what they put in the water, don't you? Fluoride. Yeah, fluoride. On the pretext that it strengthens your teeth. That's ridiculous. You know what this stuff does to you? It actually weakens your will. Takes away the capacity for free and creative thought and makes you a slave to the state. So you ever wonder about all these militia groups, survivalist type groups from the right-wing side? They say that they're defending the country from the UN troops. These guys are yelling so loud. My theory is, and this is a conspiracy, pal, that they are the UN troops and that they're in place. The infrastructure's ready. It's just a fait accompli. When the time comes, they'll just take over. We'll all be close. Oswald, yeah, Oswald. That's what I said, Oswald. Yeah, he said, I'm just a patsy, and that means that he didn't do it, right? I mean, George Bush knew what he was saying when he said New World Order. Remember those three little words, New World Order? Well, he was a 33rd degree Mason, you know, and as ex-director of the CIA. He knew that saying that was the chip for identification so they can track down an animal anywhere he's at. You'll insert it under the dog's skin, and it's kind of like an identification thing. I mean, it's only a small logical step, so they start putting it in us and our children. And then before we know it, my God, they'll probably come with the pretext. Oh, sure, yeah. Hey, is that one of those new hundreds? You know, where they changed the picture of Ben Franklin? Look at him. Yeah. He looks like the love child of Fred Burt's and Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, get rid of him as soon as you can, lady. Look at it up to the light. You see the metal strip in it? That's a tracking device. You got any more of them? Get rid of them. Sting for good. Because they'll follow you. They know where every one of those hundreds is going.
You know, I saw that when it first came out, and I was like, holy shit. I was listening to the shit that he's talking about on there. Holy crap, Roger. What's up with the mic, dude? What are you doing?
Can you guys hear me?
Barely, but you're making a bunch of noise.
Everything except your voice.
Yeah, it's like my computer froze up right after you played that song. It's locked up now. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, it don't sound good at all.
I've got an idea.
It's terrible.
They don't want me talking about stuff, I guess. Maybe it's a conspiracy.
Because you got that goddamn Discord, dude. That shit that people they go in through that fucking shit, you know.
It's no laughing matter.
There you go. Now you sound better.
Yeah, there you are. I'm waiting.
Yeah,
for
I went to see that movie when it first came out too, and I was, you know, I want to say a teenager or somewhere in that vicinity, but I had never registered with me back then. I saw it more as a comedy, right? It was more funny to me back then, you know, when I first saw it. But then when I rewatched it, you know, now with new eyes, it's like, holy crap. You know?
Yeah, and the beauty of it too is that he's like that because he is an MK Ultra fucking victim.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what really gets you. And
can't hear you.
especially if you're awake to that shit and you watch it, you're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't hear. I can't hear Soft. Is it doing that again to me?
We hear you.
We hear you fine.
I'm gonna get out.
All right.
I'll get back in on the computer.
Yeah, see if you can get that unlocked or whatever. What the hell?
Oh, yeah, it was interesting when I seen that movie at the time. Like I said, it was more, you know, the things that happened to him were more comical to me back then, whereas now it's like, holy man, this guy's talking a lot of truth, you know?
Right. You thought, oh, he's just some kind of a nut, you know?
Right, yeah.
He's crazier and shit, and he talks to people and says all kinds of nutty shit.
Yeah.
But then you find out that everything he's talking about is real.
Yeah. Like his whole setup with his apartment building and all that, you know? It's like, do people really live like this? You know, like.
Well, you had that sucker wired up good too, boy.
Yeah.
When they finally busted in, he hit that switch and that whole place burned out.
Mm-hmm.
Took everything with it.
Yeah.
Serious doomsday prepper. What was this? Oh, here we go.
I watched Trump rant to the press after signing executive orders today, so you don't have to, and here's my overview. He spoke for about an hour. He mentioned Biden 3 times. He starts off by saying that we have more investment in this country than any other country at any other point in the history of the world, but he will not mention the $19 trillion because someone on the staff must have told him to stop making up numbers that completely disagree with what's published on the White House website. He says everyone on your tax returns this year got back $5, $6, $7, $8, $9,000, and he said he heard about a woman last night who got back $11,000. He'll say again that what's going on in Iran is not a war, and then we'll say that the reason that we had to attack Iran was because the Dow hit 50,000 for some reason. He says we're negotiating with Iran, but then immediately says that he has no idea who the leaders are, and then he says again that they had 159 ships sunk, even though they only had 100 naval vessels before the war started. And then, of course, the president of peace says that he's ordering 25 new B-2 bombers. Just so you know, each one of those costs $2 billion, so it's only $50 billion that he's spending on warplanes when he's the president of No Wars. Someone brings up The Apprentice possibly coming back with Don Jr. as the host, and he says that Don Jr. is probably a good guy. He says the shooter from the White House Correspondents' Dinner was so fast that he could have been a running back in the NFL. And then they ask him, hey, why hasn't he been charged yet? And he just ignores the question. He'll call Hakeem Jeffries a low IQ individual because that's what he does for every black person. And then someone says, hey, gas is at $4.30. And he cuts them off and is like, yeah, but we don't have a nuclear weapon in Iran anymore. He says that Democrats only vote against him regardless of what the issue is. So he says he's going to change his stance on literally every position so that the Democrats will vote against the new thing. I guess it didn't make any sense. He calls Iran the bully of the Middle East. Now, Israel is the bully of the Middle East, but he says it's Iran. He says he ended 8 wars, but doesn't care at all about the Nobel Peace Prize, and then says that Italy and Spain have been horrible to us, so we're just going to remove all of our troops from Italy and Spain. And then he says that Biden gave Ukraine $350 billion, which is just untrue, and then says that that's the only reason that the war was going to continue. So he's just saying that he really wanted Russia to just win quickly. It's almost hard to believe that our president is advocating for our historically largest adversary. He gets asked again about the 10 missing nuclear scientists, which the White House has provided no information on, and if those cases are linked. And he says they're probably not linked. And also, we have hundreds of thousands of scientists, so it's not really a big deal. He'll say that the New York Times is seditious.
Some cute fingernails, Cupcake.
But think about that. It's all right. We got hundreds of scientists. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I like his fingernails.
For lying about Iran, and then just makes up a claim that a country called him today and begged him to stop bombing Iran because we've done so much damage in Iran. He goes on a long rant about how we obliterated Iran's nuclear capabilities and says at one point that we dropped 200,000-pound bombs. If you look up the bunker busters that we use, they're 2,000-pound bombs. So he's only off by a factor of 100. If
he's only got one painted orange, I think that's his butthole finger.
you're worried about your children going to war, you should be, because he says Iran is either going to give us their uranium or we're going to go in and we're going to take it. And then after he dismisses everyone, he starts going on this long rant about how granite is like the strongest stone ever, even though it is diamond, of course. And then he says that granite is valued at 1,000,000 years, saying that it's going to last for 1,000,000 years. He's just making up facts about rocks now. Short and sweet today. Love you guys.
Did you get Dead Inside had a proposition there for you?
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Holy boy.
So, Dead Inside, I need to, why don't you click the link and come on up, man? We need to have a little chat, dude. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you just kind of go all over the place.
You're not dangerous, but you can't spell, because that's not how you spell dangerous at all.
So, yeah, something that I noticed the other day, or maybe it was yesterday, it doesn't matter anyway. And it doesn't matter, it was a Fox News clip. But here's the scary part of it, is that whoever it was that reporting on there said that, you know, whether you believe it or not, this is what Fox was reporting. They were saying that Trump, or the administration, had seized like 5 million, or however many the number was, 500 million, billion, whatever it was, in cryptocurrency from Iran and frozen a bunch of their banks. Well, to all the magatards out there who think, oh, great, we're, you know, winning the war against them. It's like, do you think that's the only people that they would do that to? Take cryptocurrency from and freeze banks?
Yeah,
maybe that's kind of a, you know, hidden in plain sight that they would do that to you too.
Didn't Canada do that to those truckers?
I believe so. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They always make it out to be like, oh, those are bad people. So it's okay that we took their cryptocurrency.
Who's saying
froze their banks? But
who's saying that they took their cryptocurrency? Who was that said that?
It was Fox News. I'll find the clip. Hang on.
Oh yeah, I mean, because that's most likely a fucking lie.
Probably, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of a disclosure type thing. Like, we would totally do this to you, even though cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all that's supposed to be, you know, the most protected of all the currencies, so they say. But yeah, right. You kidding me?
I've always said it's just another fiat currency.
Well,
that's the whole problem, is that it's not backed by a motherfucking thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just a computer stroke away.
It's it. It's just bullshit. Is all it is numbers. It's debt.
Money.
It's still fucking debt.
Yeah, it's funny money. I mean, most of it is anyway, but you know.
Oh, but it's
house. Yeah.
digital. Oh, cool. It's digital fucking debt. You know, how nice for you to have that.
Yeah, it's encrypted. It's like, oh, sure, it is. Like everything else that's encrypted that they somehow end up getting into people's personal messages and whatever else. You know, that's all encrypted. WhatsApp was encrypted. Signal was encrypted, but somehow they found all those messages too. Weird, huh? Super encrypted. Doing a good job, guys.
2027. Major EMP wipes out all banks and mortgages. Oh,
Wouldn't be such a
yeah,
bad thing, would
yeah,
it?
that's what I'm saying.
Well, I heard it said yesterday by Nathan. He said this. He's like, the people who own money will deceive you no matter what. They don't have any like limit.
No. So yeah, listen to these concerts. See, black ones first started streaming. Promise, no censorship here, like you get from Billy Plus. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of censorship, but you know, I get somebody comes in and just starts off with a crash. You know, I don't ban them, but I'll time them out. Depends on the mood I'm in. It depends on what mood I'm in. Like that, who is that character that was giving you some shit earlier? I just went, fuck you.
That's just another freaking one of those. I don't even care. One of those trolls that there's like 10 of them. They all just use sock accounts and just cycle through them and put stupid shit in them.
Wonder what that's for.
What's that?
Why I just wonder what their aim is. What the
why would you do it is what I would like to know. Like, why would you follow around someone like you don't have a life of your own? That's your whole purpose in life is to follow one of us around and like make AI videos or what?
Their life topped out in school.
I guess.
That was it right there. That was it. The be all and end all of their existence. And they're still there mentally.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wait, you better watch out. They might put something in your locker. Put a snake in your locker or something.
Yeah, right.
Fucking weirdos.
I could really care less. It's
funny, I know.
Wait, what did he just say?
One should not underestimate the will of President Trump and the United States military to achieve our mission.
So how do I explain to my constituents that while they are in harm's way, their commander-in-chief is posting these unhinged posts?
How did you explain to your constituents what happened on October 7th?
Whoa. Did he just... How did you explain to your constituents what happened on October 7th? What in the fuck would the constituents in San Diego, California be looking to their congressman about October 7th, an event that happened in another fucking country? What? And how does that relate to this shit at all? Come on.
Say what I think he just said.
What happened on October?
Yep, he said the quiet part out loud. Why would we give a shit about October 7th? Why would an American congresswoman who represents San Diego, California be explaining anything to her constituents about the October 7th bullshit? Why is it that the first thing that pops into the United States Defense Secretary's mind in rebuttal to an American congresswoman as he sits in an American congressional hearing, how did you explain to your constituents about October 7th? Not, how do you explain to your constituents why gas prices are so high, why we don't have a proper education in America, why we can't afford health care, why we have a rampant homeless veteran and mental health crisis in America that isn't being prioritized? How do you explain to your constituents that American farmers and American ranchers are losing their ranches through foreclosure and suicide rates have exponentially gone up amongst private ranchers, yet we're giving $40 billion to Argentina for their beef? How do you explain to your constituents that we have a rampant pedophilia problem, that our government is absolutely complicit in covering it up? We know who the predators from the Epstein files who harmed children are, but yet there's not been a single subpoena, arrest, or investigation. How do you explain to your constituents why we're in this pointless war in Iran that the government and government officials, the entire Trump cabinet, can't figure out why we're even in this war in the first place?
Well, their nuclear facilities have been obliterated.
We had to start this war, you just said, 60 days ago, because the nuclear weapon was an imminent threat. Now you're saying that it was completely obliterated?
They had not given up their nuclear ambitions.
We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces. And we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks, we would suffer higher casualty.
Make sure you give my boy Ricky HD a big follow. Me too.
What the fuck? They haven't given up their ambition? What, where do you, Would you back that up with some kind of factual information there, Pete Keg's breath? You fucking drunk? God, man.
we have clowns in there, Saab. That's all we got, dude. They get their information from Fox News, dude. They don't do any, puppets.
Oh yeah, this is some bullshit right here. Making up so the War Powers Act allows the president 60 days without congressional oversight, without any congressional approval. Okay, 60 days. And this dumb fucker thinks that when they have a ceasefire, that's like putting it like stops the clock.
It does.
Like a timeout. And so if you have a ceasefire for 4 days, then it doesn't count against your War Powers Act. And then, if the firing starts back up, then they can, now it does. Now start the clock again.
Yeah.
It's like, are you shitting?
No, they're not. But they did ceasefires in Vietnam. My dad told me some stories about them.
Yeah, I mean, they've had them, but that was, beyond the War Powers Act.
Yeah.
They were in there with congressional approval. He doesn't ever got that.
Okay.
On Iran, ultimately, I would defer to the White House and White House counsel on that. However, we are in a ceasefire right now, which our understanding means the 60-day clock pauses or stops in a ceasefire. They're not in.
Yeah.
It's our understanding, just so you know.
Okay, well, I do not believe the statute would support that. I think the 60 days runs maybe tomorrow, and it's going to pose a really important legal question for the administration. We have serious constitutional concerns, and we don't want to layer those with additional statutory concerns. I yield back, Mr.
So he thinks it just stops the clock, like in a sports game or something.
So here's my next question. Since you brought that up, why hasn't Congress came in and stopped this?
I think that's what's about to happen.
Good.
That's what I think, because he's got, like it says, 60 days, but now what are they going to do? All our bases over there have been obliterated. Can't get our ships close enough to Iran to do anything, because they'll get blown out of the water by hypersonic missiles. He's really stepped in it, but his pride won't let him fucking back away from it. And plus, he's a demented old fool. Zog is going to make sure they don't give a fuck at what peril it is to the Americans, to the Goyim. They don't care. As long as their goal is fulfilled, and it's Goyams that do the fighting. Because we already know they can't fight against anybody that's actually fights back.
I can't find that clip. But speaking of that, did you see it? I'd have to look it up. I had it somewhere. There's two Republican congressmen, representatives that want to give the IDF veteran benefits now.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Man.
That's pretty amazing.
No.
Yeah. It's not beyond belief, though, with the way things are.
No, not at all. They'll probably get a lot of support too within the Congress.
The halls. Yeah.
Why do we have these people again?
I don't know.
You got me, man.
Because so that things can run smoothly. Is that what I'm to understand?
Yeah. To create chaos.
Yeah. Oh yeah. With your interview with Mark the other day, he came to a point where I thought he was going to say something like "slow down." I thought he was going to pull the brakes on you a little bit, but you were like going full bore in there, man.
Well,
yeah.
Get it out there, man.
Oh yeah.
These people are always, and that's the thing. I wanted to get that out there too. That you ain't got the burden of proof. Knock that shit off.
Yeah.
That's their whole shtick, is a reversal fallacy.
Mm.
You see? And like I've said before, I can turn into a fucking gorilla at will, prove that I can. it's the claim that goes against observable reality that is going to be the positive claim. It's real simple, but they do that initially right off with the shifting of the burden of proof. You know, they figure, well, it's been well established. Why? Because some asshat told me. Show me the well established. I don't see it. I don't feel it. What's the deal? You telling me all fantastical shit of phenomenal speeds and rotations and orbits and corkscrewing and all this other nonsense, and you know everything remains the same. What kind of ridiculous shit?
It is. Oh man, I was digging into orbits the last 3 shows I did before the last one I did, and they don't know what the fuck they are. They just add lib crap where they can't. They don't even know what Mercury, even if it is an orbit. So it's like it's all nonsensical and it's all pre-assumption. They don't even know if we're going around the sun. They just assume that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's well, the whole thing's based on assumptions, and it's destroyed at the most basic level. And that's the thing that they just give you, and you take it for granted. That's that fucking gravity bullshit, and that is the biggest crock of shit that ever walked the earth. In the context of weight, yes, but it's not just the weight alone. What causes the weight? It's a ratio between the object and the fluid medium that it's in. So you change the medium, you change the weight. If the medium and the object are both the same, it registers no weight. It's that simple, man. It's that simple.
I think they're caught up in a fantasy. There has to be some kind of a magical force that controls everything. They sold this in like the 1700s. The sciences became something completely different. It became more mystic kind of thing.
Well, yeah, that's why they're all focused all the time on fucking predictions and shit. Yeah. How have these predictions helped you in any way, shape, or form? You spent a lot of time figuring this out to predict something, and what has that done for you? Not a fucking thing.
It's a magic trick.
Yeah. Big deal. Who cares? Right?
Yeah, they don't know what causes it. So
it's real simple. You're in a created world, man.
Yeah.
And I don't care. You want to be derogatory and call it a snow globe? Okay, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
You know, in a certain type of way. I like the idea of a terrarium. That's probably more appropriate. It incorporates its own dynamics, just like you would do in a terrarium. You know, I mean, this idea whirling around out in space. I mean, that'd be all right if you're crazy, I guess. And I think we all were. Yeah. We'd have to be to believe the things that we've been told. I don't know.
That's a good question. Why would they lie, Saw? Why would they lie? How about Danny Faulkner? Why would he lie?
I don't know, man. Probably
there's a lot invested, time, money.
Money, yep.
Indoctrination. There's many reasons.
Well, let's suppose you thought Mickey Mouse was real, right? Mickey Mouse was a real creature and shit. And you'd been told that Mickey Mouse was and you even went to school and got a degree in Mickey Mouseology, right? And then you discover that Mickey Mouse is not real at all, that you've been lied to your whole life. How does that make you feel that you believe that, not only so much so that you went and got a degree in the fucking shit? You spent a bunch of money and gave it to some college. You're still paying it off so you could learn about some shit that wasn't even real. Of course you're going to, no, it has to be real. I cannot, I'm an educated man. I can't be fooled. Well, you was. That's why you think astronomy is fucking science. Tell me what they do scientific in astronomy. Go ahead, anything.
Well, it depends on your definition of science, you know, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, I'm talking the standard definition of science.
Yeah, they don't use that. Sorry.
No, they call this other bullshit yakking up crap out of their brain and going, oh, this is what I think is going on. And I see this, so I have a correlation bias, and therefore that's what it is. And I have a bunch of letters after my name. Here, you other friends of mine that have letters after your name, look at my paper. Do you agree with it? You'll probably get money if you do. Yeah, okay.
That's why I said
Yeah. Go ahead.
that's why I said the other day that I think the first test is Santa Claus. You know,
Yeah,
to see how you react. You know,
Right.
some kids are gonna be devastated. Some kids are be like, I don't care. I knew Santa Claus was fake the whole time. But I think that's the first real test, you know, as a young person that they kind of throw at you. It's like, do you believe in Santa Claus? And
Right.
it's funny all the correlations that go with it. The people that believe in the globe and the people that believe in Santa Claus. You know, they track Santa Claus on NORAD and everything else, and all the
Well,
silly
here
stories they still try and
it's
go
sort
with.
of like this too. It's kind of like a trick because they tell you that the Earth's a globe and they tell you that Santa Claus is a lie, and then what you find out is that one of those is a lie.
Right.
And yeah, either one is a lie. So one of them is a lie. The other one is a lie too, but one of them is a lie.
Right. Yeah. Only
See,
one, right?
I make you automatically assume that it's only one of them that's a lie by saying that one of these is a lie.
Yeah.
I didn't say the other one is the truth. I let you assume that when both of them are lies.
It's the same premise that we bring up all the time with the whole, do you believe your government? It's like, no, but you believe NASA. Well, yes. You know,
That's your government. Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
same
And
thing.
what's their website? NASA dot what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gov.
Yeah. Oh yeah, GOV. Wonder what that stands for. So
Yeah.
here's what I got them with. They said, well, somebody was on Facebook and they were going on about GPS. And I says, you know, there's meridian corrections built into the proprietary software for areas in the South, right? And they said, well, you know, they have that because the Earth is actually mapped out as a globe. And no, they said, well, that's because it's an oblate spheroid. I said, if it's an oblate spheroid, why did they make coordinates that reflect a sphere? Come on.
They
wouldn't
do
make
exactly
any
like
sense.
a
If
sphere.
you know it's an oblate spheroid, why would you make globe coordinates? Wouldn't you make oblate spheroid coordinates?
Well, that would be closer to real because it gets wider in the south.
Of course it does.
God. Time
So-
zones are one of the other one too. That
Well,
makes
you can catch them in their bullshit all the time.
Yeah.
You can catch them in their bullshit all the time. And it's like, you know, because they contradict themselves. I love to catch them contradicting themselves just like that. And it's like, oh, GPS. Well, I said, why do they have that? The meridian corrections. Well, because it's an oblate spheroid. Well, then why did they map it out as a sphere? Come on now. What kind of half-ass cartographer is that? Right? Descartes. Fuck him.
How do you have gas pressure without a container? Nothing?
Alrighty then.
Danny Faulkner, PhD astrophysicist, runs an observatory and profits from the lies.
What is gravity? Stunned silence. Any order? No, just jump in, please. I wish we really knew.
There is a crisis in cosmology. Usually in science, if we're off by a factor of 2 or a factor of 10, we call that horrible. We say something's wrong with the theory. We're off by a factor of 10. However, in cosmology, we're off by a factor of 10 to the 120. That is 1 with 120 zeros after it. This is the largest mismatch between theory and experiment in the history of science.
I wish we really knew. So, I mean, we can certainly, it's easy enough to describe properties of gravity. It's easy enough to describe theories of gravity. We've had 2 marvelous theories. Wrong.
Nobody that I know of in my field uses the so-called scientific method. In our field, it's by the seat of your pants. It's leaps of logic. It's guesswork.
That cracks me up.
Is gravity.
I have no idea. Okay, next question.
Wow.
No, here's the difference. We can describe gravity. We can say what it does to other things. We can measure it, predict with it. But when you start asking, like, what it is, I don't know.
Gravity doesn't suck at all. We tell our students, we lied to you. Gravity does not pull you to the floor. Space pushes you down. Why are you sitting in your chair today? Does gravity pull you to the floor? No. There is no such thing as gravitational pull. We lied to you.
Man, you know, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out. It gets wider in the middle. And so Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning. And it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate. And officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped. 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 Pear-shaped.
So tell me, Neil, is the Earth flat? We have video from space of the rotating spherical Earth.
Yeah, I'm right from the spacecraft. Can I feel that? I got dragged a little bit, so I don't want to fire the gun. Okay, I'm on.
Nice little compilation there.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you guys see that they ran out the supposed rocket for the Artemis 3, the new beta that they're going to beta test for the new mission to the moon?
Oh wow!
Oh,
So
yeah.
what- oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, man.
That's
They launched a whole bunch of rockets for Russia, Japan, and SpaceX just recently again.
Yeah.
Back to back. Just boom, boom, boom. Some more
I caught
satellites.
little bits. I caught little bits on your channel. You playing it?
Yeah. Good times, man. I'm telling you.
You don't
They're
take
sending
much.
boxes up and throwing them out of the back of the rocket. Yeah.
You know, it don't take much to make people believe that dumb shit either. It really doesn't. Just little fireworks show there, and then the rest of it's all just projection. The rest of it's all just projection in theater. It's amazing to me. Amazing. And here's what it's going to be like in the future.
Tornadoes.
Sorry to hear.
looking good.
Granny, we gotta go.
You think? Let's go.
Come on, come on, come on.
Due to elevated heart rate, high stress levels, and panic indicators, you are not fit to operate this vehicle.
What? There's a tornado!
Have you tried calming down?
Daryl, it's getting bigger.
Start the truck!
Let's begin a breathing exercise. Inhale. Exhale.
I'm not breathing right now.
Oh, Daryl, do something.
I'm trying!
Analyzing driver condition, I've determined you
I know what you're determined, but you're wrong!
I am never wrong.
Whose bright idea was this?
Your government's.
Granny, I have a feeling we're not in America anymore.
Uh-oh.
They're just conspiracy theorists, Rob. What are you
Well,
talking about?
probably. Most likely. So the U.S. Congress has a new record low in approval. This is terrible, man. It's only got about a 10% approval rating.
That seems higher than it should be as is.
I know.
Should be
I'm
about
amazed
zero.
it's that high. I'm definitely amazed that it's that high.
The United States Congress hits record unpopularity as only 10% of Americans approve of their job performance. According to Gallup polling, Congress hits a whopping 86% disapproval rate as Americans continue to reject the Epstein regime. Oh, but don't worry, I have a solution to this problem. How about we send more money to Israel? Or how about we send another military weapons package to the Nazis in Ukraine? The United States government doesn't even pretend to represent the interests of the American people. The American people despise their government. But tell me more about how Russia, Iran, Venezuela, or China are oppressive authoritarian regimes who don't represent their people. The Western corporate media is currently spamming headlines about the decline of Putin's popularity. Meanwhile, Vladimir Putin is supported by 2/3 of the Russian people. American and European politicians will literally kill to have a 65% approval rating like Vladimir Putin does. What does it say about the quality of Western democracy that we keep being stuck with unpopular institutions and unpopular politicians?
It's because you vote. Because you go up there and you vote. You buy into this bullshit. It's your civic duty and your right to consent to this bullshit.
That's the problem with that too. Is like don't compare any governments. All governments are bad. You know, there is no good government.
There's no such thing as good government.
The best government is a self-governing government of the people. That's the best. And I think, was it Thomas Jefferson? He said something.
He said the government that is best is the one that governs least.
Close enough, yeah.
And I agree.
Paraphrased, yeah.
It's getting nice weather. Gonna have to make that trip over to Charlottesville. Gonna have to go over to Monticello. Do some video of that. Got some I've run across here from Williamsburg, and some street musicians that were sitting outside with a.
That's always fun.
Oh yeah, man, it was pretty cool. That was a neat trip. Brandy went with us, my dog Brandy, and she loved that music. Oh my god, those guys! And it was crazy too, because that's where bluegrass has its roots. And that dog was crazy about bluegrass music. She loved it, man. She'd get as close to it, lay down, and listen to it. She loved it, man. Oh, it was really wild.
I'll trade you weather. It's like 32 and starting to snow right now.
No, you shit on that. Shit on that. It's been okay. It was like high 60s today, which was just about perfect for what we were doing. But even that sun, I don't know what they're putting on these shingles now, but my God, you let them lay just for 5 minutes and they were sticking. They were sticking. It's crazy. And I decided this too. I'm never going to carry a whole hack of fucking shingles up a ladder ever again. Okay? I'm too old for that fucking shit. Oh, man, it was funny. Mike, he grabbed it, and he's had knee replacement surgery,
Yeah.
He's older than me. He goes, and I says, Mike, you want me to take them up? He says, no. He says, I want to see if I can do it. And he started to, and he just couldn't get himself up the ladder, with that eye. And I put it on my shoulder and I took it up there. But man, by the time I got to the top, I was ready to put that fucker down, man.
Yeah.
So I said,
Question your decision.
I said, well, I'll tell you what, Mike, I'm going to just cut them bundles open, man. And I'm going to take them up, like a few at a time.
Yeah.
I'd rather make the trips than to kill myself carrying a whole fucking hack of them things.
Was there somebody already up there? Just rig up a system.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I was like taking them up to him. I was like, I says I can. They can't put them down as fast as I can bring them up, so I ain't too worried about it. Just take my time at it. But once I got them supplied up there, then we started working on those final rails. Those turned out really good. So. Shit, things are expensive, man.
What's that, shingles?
those vinyl railing.
Oh yeah, vinyl, yeah.
Because they got that metal core, like
Mm.
with the posts, they got that metal core. Well, that's steel,
Yeah.
and then each of those vinyl rails has a aluminum extrusion inside of it, and it's crazy because they got the holes already cut for the pickets. They come with square pickets, so that means whatever length you got to take it off even. Split it in half, take it off both ends, or else your pickets. And
it's like laying tile, though. It's the same thing. You got a square center and take the excess off the edge. Yeah. I've done roofing 2 summers because my boss wanted to re-roof all the cabins that we had on property, and I did that for 2 summers. Just carry loads of shingles, just over the shoulder, up the ladder.
I did. I helped out one time. Said never again. It's just not my thing.
And now I've seen some companies, they got that shit going on. They got a conveyor thing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, bring up the system.
To the edge of the roof there, and then they just drop the shingles off, man. That's the way to do it.
Or get you a fork. Well, run a fork truck or something.
It's like back in the day, what was that movie I was watching? Free State of Jones. And they burned the church down and they was going to rebuild it. And I was sitting there watching it, and he shows up there and there's these big fucking beams and shit that he's got to cut by hand and all that. And I was like, fuck. That was some work back in the day, man. That was some serious work because everything was hand tools. Everything was hand tools. And with a hand saw, circular saw, you're doing cutting the whole way. When you're doing a hand saw, you're only cutting half the time.
Right.
The other half is you're bringing the saw blade back.
Coming back, yeah.
Fuck all that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all right. You use a little hand saw or a back saw or whatever for certain things, but nah, power tools, that's where it's at, baby.
Just think the Amish still do that.
I know. Crazy.
Builds character.
We got another one. Already, Erica in her black outfit that she did some kind of a thing. Oh man, it was fucked up. My wife saw that and says, "Who the fuck is she? Sarah Connor?"
We are the ones who watch the shot ring out at UVU. September 10, 25, Charlie dropped, and so did you. Straight into the CEO chair like it was always your throne. TPUSA, crown on your head while his blood was still warm. Scary stare under that black cap, crazy eyes that don't blink. Forgive the killer in 11 days. Charlie's angry at me. Trump said, what the fuck does that mean? My side, rumor CIA plan, second shooter theories fly, inconclusive bullets in March 2086. The cover-ups in the sky. You hear the kids' faces, no pregnancy pics, open casket, mic'd up show. Make heaven crowded tour, 30 stops of grift, raking in the dough. Dating show, liar, orphanage, fraud, whispers from your past. Epstein, hunch from Candace, the Bride of Charlie series is blasting your ass. People of the world, wake up, the rhythm's off the rails. This ain't unity, this is a widow cashing in on the trail. Candace Owens won't shut up, digging deeper every week. Shady family, multiple affairs with TPUSA freaks. We are a part of the Grift Nation. This is the rhythm of death and deception. No more tears for the cameras, no more stop the noise. Your scary crazy face is the final proof of choice. We are a part of the assassin's creation. Black cat, black soul, blood red foundation. Forgave the shooter while you took the keys. Erica Kirk, the grift queen on her knees. Rhythm Nation, this is the rhythm of betrayal. Grift Nation, and the whole damn world can see it now. April 26th, after Georgia you bailed on JD Vance. Serious threats, you cry, but really dodging the glance. Thin-skinned queen can't handle the heat from your own base. Actually insane. Freudian slip, the conference saw your face. Legal threats, cease and desist to anyone who speaks. Project Constitution guy, got the letter. Shut up or we'll make you eat. 2028, presidential whispers, Erica for press memes. All the bullet fragments still don't match the conspiracy screams. You said, I don't have time for the noise, but Candace keeps the receipts. Affairs, power plays, Epstein Island, he shady past in Ukraine, Romania, whatever the country. The Rhythm Nation fell, now it's Grift Nation country. That white brick wall behind you, that banner there twisting Charlie's name. May he be received into Jesus' arms. But you're the one playing the game. Red glowing eyes in the dark, blood on the mic stand. Crazy scary widow, this is your last stand. The whole world's watching, the theories won't die. You wanted the spotlight, now choke on the lie. Candace, Rogan, Bannon, even the bullet test, all pointing at the black cap. You failed the test. We are a part of the Griff Nation. This is the rhythm of your damnation. No more hiding behind the cap and the stare. Your crazy, scary faces laid completely bare. We are a part of the conspiracy crew. Erica Kirk, the widow who flew too soon. Team PUSACEO, death beneficiary stamp. Mossad whispers. Epstein camp. Rhythm Nation dead. Grift Nation alive and well. Sing it loud, sing it proud. Expose the widow, ring the bell. Black cap, red eyes, Grift smile. Charlie's gone, and you're still on trial. Grift Nation, Grift Nation. We see you, Erica. We see you.
It is crazy, man. She's getting pissed off because of all the shit that's come out. She goes, I can't get up at every day, and there's some kind of a thing about me. And Candace Owens saying I murdered my husband. It's like, why were you even at the correspondence dinner?
Yeah.
You're not a White House correspondent. What were you there for? You don't
Notice that she waited until the cameras were right by to say, I want to go home and start crying. It's like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
knew where the cameras were to say that, huh?
And always with where the tears don't come out here at
Yeah.
the edge of the eye. That's not where the tears come out of your eyes at, man. They come out down here, man. At the
Well,
So I guess Melania was wearing these camera glasses. This is kind of crazy.
those are a problem too.
She looks like she's taking some wear and tear. You know?
Yeah.
She's looking kind of rough.
I know privacy is pretty much destroyed at this point, but who like none of us opted into any of this crap, like being surveilled or people being able to videotape you at any, like Google Maps and stuff, you know, you can just see your house. Like, when did anybody ever opt into any of that stuff? They're like, you just allow Google to just drive around in a car and take pictures of your house. We all just opted into that. Like, it's just okay because we use it. Like,
Yeah, well, it kind of goes along that same lines, though, is that, you know, there is no expectation of privacy in public.
yeah.
You know, and I kind of agree with that, you know, that, you know, you have to create your own privacy. Yeah, and when you're in public. Now, as far as like if they started going around and, you know, like using Google X-ray cams and looking into your house and shit like that, well, that would be crossing a line right there because you've breached the threshold.
Yeah.
You know, if it can be viewed from public, that's the same thing that gives the police plain view doctrine. Like if you're not doing nothing wrong or anything like that, a motorcycle cop rolls up next to you and shit, and he happens to look over and he sees a fucking kilo of cocaine sitting in the front seat of your car and shit, you know, you could, you know, big brick or some shit. That's like, you know, hey, I saw that from out here. I'm going to search your car. That's not a breach of the Fourth Amendment. You know, it's one of those things. They use it, and it actually works to our advantage because then you can, you know, you're able to document things that are happening in public that may be of newsworthy content that people need to know about. And if somebody says, hey, you're breaching my privacy, you know, and I've met people, they think you have to have their consent.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, no, you don't. It was really crazy. Yeah, in Lone Pine, there was a lot of people thought that because they shoot a lot of movies there. Now, if I was shooting a movie or whatever, and you were going to be in that movie, you know, that's a different story. but to an extent, they put up signs that say, by walking past this point, there's filming going on. By walking past this point, you may be in a motion picture. You know, so it's your choice whether to go past that point or create your own privacy or whatever you do to get through there. But you don't have to have any kind of a permit or anything like that.
I just kind of mean like it's like, I guess since phone cameras came about, that like, you remember back in the day, like if somebody was on the news, they kind of had to fill out a waiver. It's like, oh, do you want to be on the news or something? Like those days are all gone. Like it just kind of like we gave up any of that type of thing. I don't, you know, I film stuff, so, and like you said, it could be to your advantage too. So
right,
it is what it is, but
it keeps people honest, you know. And here's what'll get me is I see a lot of these like First Amendment auditors, and they'll like be at the post office, and these people, that's a great place, because there's this myth people have about federal. Oh, this is a federal building. Well, so fucking what? But how does that make it not public? Federal means it was paid for by tax dollars, so it's not private, it's public. Okay. And the one that gets me is these people who come up and they go, oh, I don't want to be on film. Okay, well, you see those cameras? There's about 7 of them up there in the ceiling, pointing all different directions. You've been on camera ever since you came in here any fucking way. You know, well, that's for security. And well, this is for security too.
Yeah.
And why, if you don't want to be filmed, why the fuck did you walk right up to the camera to announce that you don't want to be filmed? Why didn't you just quickly walk away from my purview? You know, it's like, God damn, man.
Yeah, I mean, some people make a big deal out of it or whatever. It's, yeah, you could totally walk away, but instead you chose to engage and, you know,
almost like these people that come and want to bitch about, oh, flat earth, oh, you're stupid, blah. Well, why are you here?
Exactly.
What the fuck? Or they complain about the content of the show, and it's like, there's other channels, go there, you know?
Yeah.
The reason, listen, this is the thing too, is the reason I think part of the popularity of this show is because I have devil may care attitude, and it's like, I'll say what the fuck.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? This is precisely why I don't seek monetization, because they won't give me monetization anyway, because of the content of my show. And so that's why any support I get, I rely wholly on donation. That's, you know, and then what little bit of money I make off of Rumble. So, you know, that's what makes this show good, is because we can just talk about pretty much any goddamn thing we want to within reason, you know, limits and everything, but we can, because look, I get an email. I can show you my email log from the one I have set up for YouTube, right? And it's like every fucking show, this video cannot be monetized. This video cannot be monetized. This video cannot be monetized. That's all it is. That's all it is. And then all of a sudden there'll be one, hey, you've reached 700,000 views or whatever the fuck, you know. But that's, most of it's all, this can't be monetized. It's right here. Let me see.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, the last one we did, you can't close it. I closed it instead. That one right there says cannot be monetized. The one before that, Saturday night, cannot be monetized. Here's the one before that, cannot be monetized. That's all it is, just a string of those.
No.
And, you know, so I don't even care. Just I go through and I'll select all and just say, you know, mark them as read, and then you know, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's one of the things that makes this a good show. And that's why I appreciate, you know, the people that do donate, and I've got a few that do. And it's you know, not all the time, but I mean, you know, it's good to look over and say, oh, cool, there's some appreciation there. All right, good. And plus we have fun. Shit, why not?
Nobody really makes a whole lot of money that does content monetized on YouTube. They get it all from their Patreons and whatnot. That's where they get most of their income.
Yeah.
It's not worth it, dude. They don't pay.
I mean, it still don't mean I don't make enough that I don't have to go down there and climb a fucking ladder and do shit. You know, it's I still got to get out and do shit.
Yeah.
You know, but hey, it keeps me active. What the hell? Still the youngest guy on the crew.
Oh God, I still work full time, so I mean, and I barely make the bills too. On top of that,
So you guys are like the construction wild hogs, huh?
Yeah,
kind of movie Wild Hogs.
You can't find no young guys that do this work. It's hard, man. You know, they all want to, and God damn it, you know, it's like to get them to understand something. It's so hard. You wouldn't believe how.
I think you can
hard
find
it
people
is.
that do it, but the quality of the work is a different story.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, I love it when something fits together perfect. You get it done, and it's like, it fucking came out nice. Hell yeah. But you'll always see your own little flaws. Nobody else will see them, but you'll see your own little things. Man, see that little fucking gap up there? God
Right.
damn.
Quality. Yeah. Attention to detail. That's something that bugs me. I mean, that's something my grandpa instilled in me, attention to detail. And it's something I lacked a lot of when I was younger, but later on acquired. You know, it's one of those things, you know, when you grow up.
Laying out your steps ahead in your head, you know, like, okay, first we're going to set this up, and then we can get this over here. Like, you know, and then, you got a whole little procedure that's going to work out the most efficient.
Yeah.
You know, I like that kind of brain work. I like that kind of thinking.
And then when something doesn't work out, you know, you adjust and adapt to it and figure a new plan of action. Go ahead, Roger.
Yeah, they're back to the privacy thing. Remember when drones got popular when they first came out? Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are people flying around everywhere. My sister-in-law lived way out on the reservation almost. She's pretty close to it. And there was these locals there that had these drones, and they would fly it over her bathroom window. They timed this out. They would wait till she was in the bathroom to come up there with a drone and fly it right up to her window.
Mm.
And she called the sheriff, and they would never do anything about it. They didn't
Well,
care.
if they fly it into her property, that's a different story. That's just the same as a peeping Tom.
Yeah,
if you're on their property looking in their window, but if they're off at a distance, you know, that's another story.
I was one time I was out fishing with my buddy on his little John boat, but anyway, we were pulling in the dock, and somebody from one of the bigger boats that was still out on the water, they're all drinking on partying, whatever, but they had a drone, and they flew it over by us as we're trying to put all our shit away and stuff, right? And they got down real low, and this thing's buzzing, you know, out when them propellers are going, they're loud as hell, and I was like, I wonder if I could hit this thing with a rock. Next thing you know, it takes off.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, man. But like I got a big ass picture window faces the road on the front of my house right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can't expect that if I was standing in the middle of my front room buck naked, that, you know, I can't say, hey, you were driving down the road and look through the window and saw me naked. You know, I have to create the privacy, you know, so I pull the drapes.
Yeah.
And then I tuck my wiener and I sing into a hairbrush.
What did you sing?
Well.
Gravity brought us together. Gravity brought us
together.
Oh yeah, with Sean
Hawkins.
Good old Sean.
It was gravity.
Still doing shit. Did he ever finally give up?
Yeah, he commented on one of my videos the other day. I made it, guys. I made it, Sean Hawkins. I just this is what I do with all the trolls now. I just put I commented back, God bless you, child. Thank you for watching and subscribing.
There you go.
Nice.
So Ben Swan did a thing on weather modification here. And the recent shit that's happening over in Iran, not just the war, but the fact that Iran had obliterated these U.S. radar bases, and now they're getting rain. They were in a drought for the last 50 fucking years or so, man. Now they got like rain and the snow and shit coming.
Mm-hmm.
He who controls the weather controls the world. For decades, conspiracy theorists have claimed that the U.S. government and others around the world were attempting to control the weather as a form of warfare. Well, tonight, that conspiracy is a fact. We're going to show you the documents that prove it. But even more shocking, the war in Iran may have proved that it isn't just a thing of the past. It's happening right now. In fact, Iran is an incredible example. Videos have poured into the newsroom showing heavy rainfall over areas across Iran. And this has been going on now for weeks. In some places, water is rushing through the streets. In other regions, they are experiencing not only massive rainfall, but even snowfall. These are places that for over a decade were dealing with a severe drought. In fact, that drought so severe for the last few years that it was thought that it could cause the Iranian regime to collapse. The situation was desperate. But now, parts of Iran are seeing more rain than they have seen in over 60 years. So what changed? Honestly, a war with the United States, a war in which Iran targeted and destroyed radar systems across the region, including systems that are now believed to be connected to weather modification operations. See, before anyone jumps to any conclusions here, calm down. Let's slow it down. Let's walk through what we actually know, because there's fact, there's history, and then there's speculation. Let's talk about the facts. Iran has been in a drought for years, as I mentioned, a really bad one. In recent years, water shortages have hit agriculture, cities, and daily life. Right? This is not debatable. Iran, like many countries in the region, has been actively trying to solve the problem. So how do you do that? Well, here's where people get confused. Cloud seeding, right? It's not a conspiracy. It's very real and documented. The practice has been used for decades. In fact, countries like the United Arab Emirates have invested heavily in cloud seeding because they don't have natural water resources. They rely on desalination and supplement it by seeding clouds to increase rainfall. It's not just the UAE, by the way. Saudi Arabia, they do the same thing. You can see footage right now of rainfall there. Entire villages, in fact, have even been wiped out. So the idea that humans can influence weather, that part's not up for debate, right? That's old news at this point. The real question is how much and to what effect, and even to the point of it being used as a weapon of war. So let's add another layer to all of this, staying with the facts. Back in 2012, former Iranian president Mahmoud Ahmadinejad made a claim. At the time, it was laughed off. He said that Western countries were finding ways to block rain clouds from reaching Iran, that they were essentially manipulating weather patterns. It was as if the U.S. had found a way to sanction rainfall. Again, this is 14 years ago. Media laughed it off. It was a conspiracy theory. He's crazy. After all, nobody can control the weather, right? So now put it all together. Iran was in a multi-decades drought. Then the war breaks out. Reports claim that systems connected to weather tracking and weather monitoring and weather control, or even cloud seeding operations, were obliterated. In fact, every U.S. base around Iran was obliterated. And now, suddenly, record-setting rainfall and even snowfall. Maybe it's all just a coincidence, right? Maybe so. But take a look at this. Turns out the United States has a long history of considering using weather as a weapon against geopolitical opponents. This goes all the way back to 1965. The CIA conducted cloud seeding operations to extend the monsoon season in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. The operation disrupted agriculture and destroyed northern Vietnamese supply lines during the Vietnam War. As President Lyndon Johnson once said, we said it at the beginning, he who controls the weather controls the world. 1965 all the way to 2026. As of today, right now, 30 U.S. states have passed or proposed bans on weather modification. Funny, huh? That means there is no doubt the technology exists, because if it didn't, it couldn't be banned. So, has a weather war been waged on Iran over the past several decades? A war to create drought conditions, destroy agriculture, potentially bring the nation to its knees. And if it was, Iran may have just broken free in a very unexpected way.
I think I go along with it. Yeah, that's why it's taking out that radar. What would happen, I wonder, if they just all of them got took out around the world? How long they've been actually doing this shit? You know?
That's why I say for entertainment purposes only, start taking out data centers and those towers.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot of copper in those towers.
Yeah, ton of them.
Know any
Ton of
meth
it.
heads? You know any tweakers? Let them know. A lot of copper in those flock cameras. Those are
Mhm.
great too.
I found one down the street from me the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
See what the fuck?
There's been a thing around here. People have been knocking over. They've been putting up these speed camera boxes, and people have been knocking them over. And then there's this group on Facebook. It'd be like, oh, it'd be a shame if somebody would accidentally knock one of these boxes over. You know, they're putting out a little. It'd be a shame if somebody painted over one of those boxes. Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's been happening.
Good.
Yeah, exactly.
Need more of that shit. Had enough. We have had enough.
Do it and take a negative vote and do it again and again like the Democrats do. They go again and again. The war power. I'm negotiating a deal with Iran. And every week, every 3 days, they put in a thing that the war should stop. And people ask me, how the hell do you negotiate like that? You're destroying them. Every day I read, think of it, we militarily decapitated the country. And every day I read about how well they're doing militarily. They got nothing left. They're done. And yet I read in the New York Times, I see that stupid CNN, which I only watch because you have to watch a little bit of the enemy. So I watch it for a very short period. But you have to, you have to be smart. And if you see CNN, you think they're winning the war. If you read the New York Times, it's actually seditious, in my opinion. You read the New York Times, you actually think they're winning the war. I read some of these columnists, but it all starts from the top. It's a terrible thing. So we're negotiating with them, and they read how well they're doing, and they're sitting in a cave and all.
Well, Mr. President, if you actually filled a gas tank or paid for groceries, you might know that they kind of are winning the war, buddy.
Well, yeah. I mean, look what's going on. You showed your true colors as far as protection and everything else is concerned when it came to these other Middle Eastern countries. Okay.
Yeah, the UAE, for instance.
Yeah, UAE has pulled out of OPEC. You insulted the Prince of Saudi Arabia. They've pulled out of the OPEC thing. They don't even want to fucking talk to you no more. I mean, this guy single-handedly made the world hate us.
I'd say it was a group effort, but he's definitely been in the forefront.
Yeah, well, I mean, right off the bat, and he starts, and then he's, we're going to pull out of NATO because they didn't help us in this. Look, that's not how NATO works. Okay, you didn't even consult any of your allies before you did this dumb shit. You just fucking did it. The only people that knew was Israel because they told you to fucking do it. So I don't know what he's thinking, man. I mean, and the people around him, why are they allowing him to do what he's doing?
Well, haven't they been telegraphing that they wanted to do this to start with for a long time?
Bibi's been wanting.
Oh yeah, for years.
He's the only one dumb enough to go ahead and go through with it. And I do believe he was compromised hard. He's really, he don't want his bullshit coming out, but it's too late. Doesn't he know so many of us have already read that shit? These people are toast. And nobody is wanting to vote for these fucking people or anything, even if they're going to do that. I mean, he's totally, I think he went in as a Republican to kill the Republican Party.
Probably. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of truth to that.
He was a Democrat most of his life.
Well,
good friends with the Clintons.
Rocky Shepard's saying they don't have a central bank. Is that correct?
That is true. Yeah, they're the last one. Let me see. Do I have that?
Excuse me. Hang on. Shoot.
Oh yeah, that's bothersome. Maybe it was here on my phone. Let me see if I can transfer that over. That was really quite cool.
Well, there's still people that believe that the Electoral College actually makes the proper decisions for the United States too. I don't know who's
Yeah.
that snowed, you know. Two-party system. No, this never has been a two-party system. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's all going to be 1984 before we know it. You're just going to be looking at screens with Big Brother talking to you. It doesn't matter. It ain't going to be a party system of anything. It's just going to be the ruling class and then telling you what to do and how much
How to do
money
it.
is on your account. You know, but, depending on how well you behave and what you say on the internet and everything else. And
Oh,
You do
yeah.
a Logan's Run though too, where you have like so much time you get allotted.
yeah, 15-minute cities, man. Dude, it's so every time that they, I'm not against exercise and people getting out and doing things and walking, but I've noticed,
All for it.
because I live not in a huge city, but a big enough one compared to, like Dave or somebody else like that, that anyway, in these cities, every time they are now doing construction on the roads, they narrow the driving space. They're putting in these gigantic biking lanes and gigantic sidewalks for walking and bikers, and it just keeps narrowing the driving path because they want at some point us all to only be able to walk or bike within 15 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
it just gets more apparent every time I see some kind of construction going on. They do it. It's happening everywhere. I go to different places, as you guys know, you've seen, and it's happening. When I was at the Madison, up in Madison, Wisconsin, at the Capitol, same thing. All the roads were tore up, and what was happening? Narrower streets, but biking paths were integrated in the streets and bigger on the sides, and the sidewalks next to them. It's like, how much freaking walking room and bike space do we need, especially when you got the bike paths integrated into the streets themselves? So not only that, it's madness when it comes to that, because the bikers, some of these freaking people on bikes, especially the e-bikes, they don't pay attention to the cars or nothing. They think they have no rules. They can just run through stoplights and zoom past you and not look. And it's like, dude, like, they act like it's our fault. If you're coming from behind me and they zoom past you in front of you and I accidentally hit you because I had
Yeah.
no way of knowing you were coming, that's
Right.
somehow my fault. It's like, come
No,
on,
that's
dude.
what I'm saying. It sounds like it's a problem that's going to work itself out.
Well, it could, but
I
mean, but next thing, what you might end up in one of them mercy courts, and then what?
Right. Yeah, God, that's terrible. This is that little clip from People Magazine, 1998. If I were to run, I'd run as Republican. They're the dumbest group of voters in the country. They believe anything on Fox News. I could lie and they'd still eat it up. I bet my numbers would be terrific.
Yep, I remember that.
So, wow.
Did he say that on Oprah? I want to say, I don't know. Doesn't
I think
matter.
he did. He
I
said it.
remember
I
that.
think he said it in a
Oprah interview.
In an actual, Oprah or some talk show or something like that. It seems like I saw the clip of it. Let's see, that's not what it was.
What was that guy's name? Phil something. Shoot, drawing a blank on everything. What was that talk show? Donahue. Thank you. I almost had it. Yeah, Phil Donahue.
He was married to Margot Thomas.
Who was that?
She was that girl.
That girl? Huh.
Yeah,
TV I know
show.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Her father was Danny Thomas.
Yeah, no.
These people aren't coming up in my
before your time.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, I would have been young, but I just don't remember him.
Marlo Thomas was a good-looking woman.
Post wanted to know who the Electoral College is.
So what? He might be in a different. He might be in a different country.
I think it's post anything. I know who the Electoral College is, but it's a hard explanation of what they actually do. Right? They do set the vote, don't they? They're voted in by Congress too, right?
It's complicated. It's not even. It's all a joke. They're selected, not elected. It's just a way to more manipulation of the election system in itself. To say that you got certain delegates per freaking what do you call it?
Yeah,
like they just did with Virginia. They
what's that got to do with anything? Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. He brought up post little comment.
Yeah, but he asked
if it's an unreal, this would be cool. if it's really, for the most part, if it's an unrelated topic regarding some shit somebody in the chat said, just chat back in the type
Okay.
back to them. And that way we're not, off on bicentennial moments and things. Yeah. What are we? Sesquibicentennial, right? That would be
Sure.
250 years.
250.
Yeah. And nobody gives a fuck. Ain't that something? The 200th anniversary, everybody was just flipping shit. Everything was fucking red, white, and blue. I swear to God, American flags every fucking place. Quarters, bicentennial quarters, and little blurbs on TV about George Washington and shit between shows, the bicentennial moment and shit like that. Hell yeah. And that was back when they used to come out and have to remind the parents that they had kids. It's 9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Oh, fuck. That's right. We got kids. Damn.
I guess my parents were like that back in the 70s, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this fucking ballroom. You know, the one that Donald Trump said we wouldn't have to pay for?
There's not one dime of government money going into the ballroom.
Psych. Turns out they want us to pay for it after all.
We're going to introduce legislation that would authorize $400 million to be spent to secure to build the presidential ballroom.
But I think the fuck not, Lindsay. The only one that wants to gargle Trump's ballroom is you. Our national debt is soaring, but somehow we can pay for a motherfucking ballroom, and we're in the middle of an illegal war that nobody asked for, and Trump tells us that we might have to suffer a little bit with higher gas prices, cost of living, and inflation. Suffer a little bit. You go first, bitch. It's really giving like a meat cake. Somebody needs to remind this man that the White House is the people's house and that he doesn't own it. He is merely a steward charged to look after it while he is in office. No ballroom for you. And I don't know if you've seen the polls lately, Donald, but everyone hates you. You are a monster that is undermining our democracy at every turn. You literally jumped for joy when you found out that the Supreme Court ruled to suppress the voters of America. And you want us to fund a party room for you and agree that your life means more to us than our own? Get the fuck out of here. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but the timing of this ballroom emergency, just as Donald Trump's ballroom construction has been put to a halt by a federal judge, he decides to go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, an event that he usually shies away from because he hates free speech and the fake news media. And then boom, an assassination attempt, and everyone's saying, you know what we really need right now? A ballroom. That Donald Trump needs a ballroom for national security, for the line of succession, so he can party in safety. And if gun violence is the new justification for needing a ballroom, well, let's put one up over every mall, every school, every nightclub. Safety first, right? But do you remember when Donald Trump called the ballroom a shed? Yeah, because the ballroom is just a red herring for whatever sneaky and sinister bullshit they're building underneath it. The most transparent administration doesn't want us talking about that, do they? Everything about this ballroom is suspicious, and it's Trump's obsession. And the thing about obsessions are there are no lengths to which people won't go to make them happen. We should be questioning the motives of this ballroom at every turn. Because when you think that the government wouldn't do that, oh yes, they would, for a fucking ballroom.
That whole thing is a joke. It cracks me up. I'm like, what? And the way he tries to sell it. People have been demanding a ballroom for 150 years. This is the first I've heard of that. Never heard that as an issue ever once in my life until this fucking character came along, vandalized part of the White House, and then just decided to do what the fuck. Now, think about this. You're a landlord, and you rent the house out, one of your houses. You rent it out to somebody. And then without your permission, they just go in there and start fucking knocking out walls and shit and gonna build a fucking some kind of circus tent or some shit in there. It's like, wait a minute. No, that's not how that works. Well, it's the same situation. It's the exact same situation. It's not his fucking house. It's our house. And he's allowed to live there while he's the president of the United States. Now, they do get certain leeway as far as decorating the inside. Nobody said make it look like Liberace masturbated everywhere, but they did. But in any case, whatever, the next guy that can come in there, he can say, hey, I want all that gold fucking shit pulled out of there. Get that fucking nasty shit out of here. You know, that's his prerogative. They can redecorate on the inside to a point. But as far as, just tearing down shit, hey, fuck it, we're going to take down the whole White House and make a UFC arena. You can't do that. But we're going to put a bunker underneath the UFC. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the permission of the people. Where do you go to get the permission of the people? From the people that are supposedly representing that.
Yeah, but they don't represent us, so I'm sorry.
Well, of course not. But I mean, in the ideal way that it's supposed to work,
Yeah,
theoretically speaking.
Yeah, but it's exactly the same as if you owned a bed and breakfast. Okay, and you let somebody come and stay at your bed and breakfast, and you come there, and the next thing you know, they've got walls tore out and shit, and they're putting on a extension and all this other shit without even asking you. It's like, hey, you're only temporarily staying here. You're not allowed to tear the structure down and do all that. The fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah,
But people have been demanding it.
There
When?
too, right? Yeah.
Who fucking demanded it? Show me any evidence of anybody ever demanding that there be a ballroom besides
I heard the Secret Service was wanting it, and so was the military. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, well, fuck them. They work for me too.
Essentially, that's what this whole little psyop was about. Is to,
oh god,
get this ballroom that they gotta have for protection.
Get the ball rolling. Yeah.
But here's the problem with that: no judge is going to fall for that.
Not like
they're not going to recognize that because he has to either have congressional approval or if there's an imminent threat.
Right.
And so that's not an imminent threat. You went to a private function. You actually reduced security. In fact, there's two guys from Fox News. They got caught on a hot mic laughing about how they were let in, two girls holding the door.
Yeah.
That was the level of security that they had. And then these magnetrons or whatever that you go through, that for some reason, why was that one Secret Service guy or whoever he was, why did he take that one down? There was two of them right next to each other. And he took that one down. And he was over there fiddling with it when that guy come out of that room and run through there. Now, we never saw that guy come out of that room before. But the other video we see him come from way down the other end of a long hallway, much longer than this hallway appears to be.
Mm-hmm.
We never saw him go into that room or anything. See, this is all fucking nonsense.
Right.
You know that guy ain't even been charged?
Oh, what now? What are you talking about?
The guy that supposedly went in there and did all that hullabaloo, shooting and carrying on, and they somehow got him naked and put him on the floor in no short order. Wonder what that was all about. Probably raped him.
Yeah, what if he escaped one of those rape rooms and they just changed the story and you know what I'm saying?
Epstein.
Yeah, they had a fucking rape room there going on during the fucking event, and he got out.
I'm surprised they didn't blame it on Iran for some reason, but I didn't hear anything about that.
Still got your butt plug in.
Oh my god. It changes color. It has an LED. Why do you have that?
Even says Rabbi Shmuley on it.
Oh my god, it's a little neon Star of David LED. Look, I have a star in my starfish. God. This is what I was talking about. This was crazy.
We are dumb, America. We are dumb because the fact that even one American would vote for a fascist like Donald Trump is bad. But the fact that millions have, That's saying something, right? And when the king and his queen come to visit, what does the president and his people do? They put up thousands of Australian flags because they're stupid and they don't know the difference between the Australian flag and the English flag. They don't know. And that's because they're dumb, man. That'd be like putting any fucking one of you idiots out there and going, pick out the flag of England and thinking any one of you would be able to do it. You wouldn't know, most of you. I mean, most of us would, but we're not in the White House. Your idiots are. And they put up thousands. They lined the streets, they lined podiums, they lined flagpoles, they were draped from buildings, and the king arrived and saw it. And now the king and the queen are going to go home and they're going to kick up their feet and they're going to look at each other and go, that was the dumbest fucking trip we've ever taken. All because of MAGA. Oh, and the help of Israel and Elon. I don't want to forget those two. But whoever our next Democratic president is, better troll the absolute fuck out of MAGA and play the pettiest fucking games the same way these infantile toddlers are when they post shit like this. Just remember, everything Donald Trump is doing is a desperate last grasp.
She's a never Trumper
On life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, the thing is no, don't do that. You know, it's like when you lower yourself down to one of these trolls.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it doesn't. It just makes both sides look stupid as shit. Look, here's the thing. Democrat, Republican, they're just two cheeks of the same ass, and the same shit comes out of both. Okay, that's it. You're two cheeks of the same ass, and they both spew the same shit. Okay, that's all you need to know about the left-right paradigm. Stay away.
It comes out of each cheek.
It comes right from between them both.
I'm just kidding with you. Do you think she was a lesbian?
No, she couldn't.
I think
No
that
way.
there's a high probability of
99.9.
She might be a very cunning linguist. If you know what I mean.
But did you guys hear that they got a cure for that lesbianism?
What's that?
No, what is it?
It's called tricoxagen. It's a new pill.
Oh, I got a cool
That's
thing.
on the
I got a
market.
cool thing about that too. I'm probably gonna you have to cut it out later.
They never gave up the tricoxagen. They never gave that up.
I forgot.
They still use them.
Yeah, they're just like plastic ones. Strap on.
All my jokes are gonna get cut out.
Dude.
No, tricoxagen is a good pill. That's a good drug.
You know what you call a lesbian dinosaur?
No.
It was a lickalotopus. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what you call a gay one, right?
Gay what?
Pegasaurus. What?
Pegasaurus.
I thought it was Megasaurus. That's what.
Well, you can go different ways, yeah.
Like, what do gay horses eat? Hey. Wow. Yeah, don't go back with that petty fucking bullshit. Petty for petty is petty. Okay, that's just all there is to it. It's like, unless it's Tom Petty, it sucks. Okay, it's the only petty you should ever fuck with is Tom Petty.
That's right.
I'm free falling. So I'm a free
Last
falling.
Dance with Mary Jane. You know what? I just remembered. I know that song. I think I might play that later.
Hell yeah, I like that song.
Last Dance with Mary Jane.
There's another meaning behind that, isn't there?
It really is. Yeah. It's that party dress thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rolling paper.
Oh,
okay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, man.
I don't speak the lingo. I have no idea.
That's because you're a square.
That's your no square.
Roger.
Oh man, I should brush up on my weed talk.
Roger.
Put weed in here, man. Yeah.
You gotta know the lingo. You see.
You do the marijuana.
Fucking devil's lettuce.
Oh yeah. Reefer
He's all
madness.
He's all hopped up on weed.
Yeah.
He's all hopped up on weed, y'all.
Never been hopped up on weed. I'm usually sitting there going, oh.
I don't know about hopped up. I'm doing something though. Hell, I related to this. I'm sure a bunch of you will too. This is.
Anybody else sometimes get a little bored being awake? Like you'll be watching TV and you'll be like, okay, that's fake. Turn the channel, watching the news, okay, that's propaganda. Then a few commercials go by, pharmaceutical. Then you see a commercial for a movie and you're like, oh man, look at that too. Trying to program some more. You walk down the aisles of the grocery store and you're like, poison. You're buying water bottles, you're like, oh, microplastics too, awesome. Then you're buying vegetables and fruit and you're like, man, I wonder how many pesticides are sprayed on this. It doesn't stop, and it does get boring. I mean, we talk about the skies, and by the way, I have real clouds today where I'm at.
That's a miracle. You get real clouds.
You get a whole day's worth of them.
That was spot on, man. That was spot on. You watch movies differently. Oh, this is pretty good. It's a good segue from our comedy that we had, our jokes, because these are pretty good. These are little babies telling jokes. Now, I have my suspicion that this might be AI. But if not, there's some very talented, funny young toddlers out there.
Oh, yeah.
Number 5.
Mom says I have to eat my vegetables if I want to get big. I'm like, oh yeah, Mom? I have to eat my vegetables to do that? You sure? So I know for a fact your ass didn't get that big eating no motherfucking vegetables.
Number 4.
Mom tucked me into bed and whispered, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Wait, did you just say there are bugs crawling on my bed biting me while I sleep? Why would you tell me that? Bro, I haven't slept in like 3 fucking days.
Number 3.
I just turned 1 and I've already got a drinking problem. I really gotta lay off the boobs, man. Night after night, I keep getting tit-faced.
Number 2.
I had a play date with my white neighbor's kid and he asked me if I still breastfeed. When I said yeah, he's like, gosh, you're so lucky you get to drink chocolate milk every day. I'm like, the fuck did you just say?
Number 1.
I said a swear word, and my dad threatened to wash my mouth out with soap if I said it again. I'm like, do what you gotta do, Dad. Just promise me you won't use the same bar of soap that you wash your fat fucking ass with.
Bonus, baby.
My mom complains I don't respect her personal space. I'm like, well, yeah, Mom. Can you really blame me? I mean, I lived all the way up inside your personal space for 9 fucking months.
Holy moly.
That's a little risque, in my opinion. That's like kind of, I don't know. It's like
almost
like
crossing the line.
It's like normalizing toddlers and children being like nasty and fucking violent and cursing.
Well, there must be some kind of an app that people use, because there's like these ones where they'll have like actual exchanges that have taken place, like with Trump and Levitt and that, and your congressional shit, but they replace them with these little kids that look a lot like,
I think I've seen something like that.
And it's kind of funny, because it's like, I view these fucking people as children anyway.
As toddlers, yeah, it kind of makes them into toddlers. I get that kind of.
I think that's pretty funny.
But those were like little kids in onesies, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't Trump. And I said, those were little kids in onesies. So that was way different than what you're saying.
I'm wondering where what they that's some kind of AI or something. I don't think they're really kids doing that.
Fucking sicko motherfuckers doing that, in my opinion.
So did you see Erica Kirk's thing where she got pissed off and Oh, that was funny. These are the outtakes from it. I'll probably run across the things she said here later. But this was funny. Oops.
Okay, well, I think this is a very appropriate outfit. Fine, get wardrobe in here. Now! Are you fucking kidding me? I look like Sarah Connors from Terminator. Can I at least get a sparkler or something, for fuck's sake? Okay, I'm ready. Seems like nothing will ever be enough for the evil in this world. Let me try that again. Seems like nothing will ever be enough for the evil in this world. Line, They motivated the murder of my husband. They tried to assassinate Trump 3 times. They call us every name in the book, like racist, fascist, and other trigger words. We want the best for our country. They don't. They. Is that too much? Every morning I wake up to new headlines being written about me, to comedians dressing in whiteface. Why did I say it like that? Let me try it again. To comedians in whiteface. That's better. Why did I go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I never turned down an invitation. And even though these people have tried to dehumanize me at every turn, I still hate them. But it's time for us to come together. So let's get ready to roll.
She was pretty spot on. She was pretty spot on with those lines, you know.
Oh my God, so many people are imitating her. Now, if she tried to sue this guy, Drewski, he's a black dude. That's what she was talking about. And she did say that. She said, you know, get made fun of by comedians in whiteface. And this guy called Drewski. Yeah, this guy named Drewski. And he did like a parody of her character and shit. And she about lost her fucking mind.
That's good.
That. Yeah, well, she tried to sue him, and there's no grounds for a suit. You know, you can bring a suit against a fucking ham sandwich. Okay,
right.
The chance of it actually getting to court or anything, you know, that's the whole. Like they say, you can indict a ham sandwich. Oh, what was this? Oh, something about this guy was talking about his truck has been sending all of his driving data to his insurance company without him knowing about it.
A big rig or just a truck?
It's a Ford F-150.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me pull this up real quick.
Seen that Tesla just rolled out their freaking new semi trucks not too long ago.
Oh God.
They got
well, you know, there's again with the filming.
Yeah.
Those things got like 7 fucking cameras on them. You know, and people worried about getting filmed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They're kind of cool though. I mean, they got TV in there.
And what you talking about, like Teslas?
What? Yeah. I tried one out. It's got TV comes on. I went to back out, and this TV came on, and it showed me this movie. This guy getting run over.
Oops.
Whoops.
What happened to No Despair Bear? He's
Now you got the circle of despair.
The circle of despair. No Despair Bear.
Now, I found it really ironic when they announced that the Teslas were self-driving. And then some guy goes, well, you know, if you got a warrant against you, that can just drive you right to the courthouse or to the jail.
See, I said that. Remember, I used to make that joke.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh yeah. I said, oh look, now he's got 2 circles of despair. That's cool. I said that. You watch. You know, Google car, take me to the grocery store. And it says, no, taking you to jail, and it locks the doors and shit, and off it goes. I'm going to get rid of this other one.
There was an article I read the other day. I can't remember. I want to say Florida. I could be wrong. But a woman got charged with the DUI. She was drinking and got in her Tesla and had the car she had on autopilot. Well, she got a DUI. But it's like, did she really do anything wrong? How much different is it than an Uber, right? Like,
well, all right. You got to look at it from this standpoint too. I'm just playing devil's advocate, right?
Yeah.
Airlines use autopilot.
Yeah.
Okay. Would it be okay for the pilot to have a few drinks mid-flight?
No, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you'd still have to be able to command the vehicle. You know, I think. Yeah. I mean, look. Did she hit anybody?
No.
Okay, so she didn't commit a crime.
Right, that's what I'm saying. There was no victim.
See, that's pre-crime. You know, because you could have. And I agree. You're dumb fuck as hell to go out there drink and drive.
Yeah.
Well, that brings up another question. So how many pilots have actually had a few while they're at the autopilot?
Quite a few, apparently.
Yeah, there's been a few. what's that movie with Denzel Washington where that?
Yeah, the one where over New York.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Can't think of the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was a good one because he's at first he's a hero, and then come to find out had been drinking. See? So it all comes into judgment. But
So,
nevertheless,
Cubby,
alcohol has been a bane to our society. It really has. It's caused so much problems. So much.
It's caused me a few problems too. I can tell you that personally.
Well, I mean, just even when you think about it, you had the Pennsylvania Whiskey Rebellion, over attacks on alcohol. Oh, it's always been a thing. It's always been a thing, and it gets men to do bad shit. It always does. Always.
So I got a question for you, Cubby, right quick. What is Dark Side of the Moon? I ain't got a chance to look at it yet.
Oh, I was just showing where they had that. When I went to the observatory, they had a little thing that showed like the different phases of the moon. And when I filmed that one part, it was on the dark side of it, quote unquote, dark side of it. So I just put dark side of the moon,
Okay. I thought it was interesting. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Yeah.
You're all right, man.
So I just found out that my vehicle has been sending my driving data to my insurance company. Yeah. Without my consent, by the way. Now, General Motors has been sued for this and lost, but I drive a Ford, and I'm going to show you how to turn this off in your vehicle if you drive an F-150 like I do. So if you drive a Ford F-150 and you have this screen, you go to your settings, and then you hit connectivity, right? And then connected vehicle features. You want to hit that. And then right down here, share driving data. This is where they collect all your driving data, your habits and everything else, and share it with whoever. Mainly your insurance company so they can charge you more money. Turn that off.
Yeah, sure.
That's it. Done. Now, I may have opted into this or something without knowing it. But if you have a vehicle that is or can be connected to Wi-Fi and you don't want them sharing your driver data, you might want to check out how to turn that off. Thanks.
Good information.
Yeah, I suppose if you really believe it's turned off, it's like what when you're on the internet and you turn off the what do they call that? Where it tracks you or whatever. Supposedly, you think that's really going to stop it just by clicking a button to turn it off. Not to mention you got flock cameras. You got flock cameras like we were just talking about. Those are watching everybody too.
What is a flock camera by definition?
By definition, I don't know. I mean, I could look it up, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's an acronym for some shit. Probably freedom something.
Freedom cameras, yeah.
Freedom cameras, that's what it is.
Freedom Prize. Remember that during the Iraq War?
God, yes.
All right, so it's looking like Cole Tomas Allen might not have fired a single shot, that the Secret Service agent, Freudian slip, it does kind of look like a circus. The Secret Service agent was shot likely by friendly fire. Watch this.
The Department of Justice holding a news conference saying that 5 shots were fired by one Secret Service agent, but what officials could not confirm is who exactly fired the shot that hit a Secret Service agent.
Oh, really?
Have you been able to determine whether the gunman fired shots? If so, how many shots he fired, and whose bullet hit the agent?
We want to get that right. So we're still looking at that. It appears, and I don't want to overstate because we are still looking at this, that there were five shots that law enforcement fired. We have all the evidence is being examined very carefully and expeditiously, and we'll know more soon. We do believe that, as the complaint lays out, that the suspect, that the defendant fired it out of his shotgun, and we know that happened. But as far as getting into exacting ballistics, I'm not going to do that today.
You know why he's not going to get in that today? Because Cole Allen specifically said, and probably what they found loaded into the shotgun was buckshot, and that would not be a single shot to a Secret Service agent hitting him in the vest. That would be multiple shots. That would spray like little bullets. What they have is a Secret Service agent with one gunshot, one bullet in the vest, and that is not consistent with probably the ammunition that was loaded into the rifle. Todd Blanche, the acting attorney general, he was saying, well, you can't always find buckshot. Sometimes it disappears.
The buckshot, when that shot scatters everywhere, and sometimes it just disappears, actually, depending on where it hit.
Okay, maybe out in the wild, but not inside of a hotel. They don't have it on video. No one saw him fire his weapon, but they believe the suspect fired his weapon, so they don't actually know. And if it turns out the Secret Service was hit by friendly fire, then you know what? This just adds fuel to the flame for the conspiracy theorists who believe that this whole thing was a setup. And maybe it was.
No way.
Did you catch what Mr. Super said there, Roger? I was going to mention it, but he put it in the chat for you. But yeah. It's just the brand name.
Brand name, Flock Safety.
yeah.
Okay, my bad.
All right. Yeah. Like a flock of birds. Yeah.
There you go. Pretty much.
The cameras working together. You ever see like a whole
network
clouds of these fucking black birds that all go the same direction? Shit, man.
Yeah, and then they turn on a dime.
Yeah, man, they all do the same thing like them schools of fish do.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy, man. I saw there was a whole bunch of them for miles and miles and miles down 81 one time.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the craziest things.
I hear they're like hunting mosquitoes, so I think that's what they were doing.
Said what?
They're hunting mosquitoes.
Not when they're way up, not when they're flying way up.
Okay. I've
you know what he's talking about? Like when there's a whole flock of them, like, and they just all of a sudden they'll go this way and they'll go that way.
It's like hundreds and hundreds of them, man.
They got to have some kind of. They got to be communicating some way or another, frequency, vibration, something.
Oh, this is kind of mind blowing. This is fun. Who's smoking out there? I bet you Big Pine is. Older Bones probably smoking.
Probably most of your audience.
Most of my audience probably smoking.
The world you think you live in is not the world that truly exists. You have been lied to on a level so absolute that almost no one questions it anymore. You have been told there are over 8 billion people walking this earth. You have been told you are just one among an endless, overwhelming mass. You have been told that your life, your presence, your soul is easily replaced, easily forgotten. But the truth is this: the real number of ensouled, conscious human beings alive today is nowhere close to 8 billion. It is closer to 728 million. The rest, and I know how insane this sounds until you see it for yourself, are biological shells, programmed constructs, vessels with no true consciousness behind the eyes. Some are projections, some are clones, some are simply energetic placeholders designed to maintain the illusion of a global civilization. This isn't just a theory. You can begin verifying this yourself. For example, documents like the UN's World Population Prospects 2022 show strange inconsistencies in global growth rates that don't match fertility trends, death rates, or regional migration. Independent researchers have pointed out massive discrepancies between census counts and actual observed population, especially in remote areas. And if you dig into the original US Census Bureau raw data, not the graphs they package for you, you'll find countless anomalies where numbers are estimated, extrapolated, and never physically verified. Beyond documents, you can feel it in your spirit. Walk down a busy street, look into people's eyes. How many truly see you back? How many are fully present, fully awake, radiating a soul you can feel? The silence behind their smiles is not your imagination. Why inflate the numbers? Because psychological overwhelm is easier to manage than authentic rebellion. If you believe you're 1 in 8 billion, you feel insignificant. If you believe your voice is just a whisper in an endless storm, you stay silent. If you believe resources are scarce because the planet is overcrowded, you accept their control systems without question. They inflated the human count to justify everything. Global surveillance, smart cities, facial ID, AI monitoring, mass vaccination campaigns. You can't track individuals easily in a bloated sea of numbers. Climate crisis narratives, carbon control through guilt and fear, overpopulation agendas, forced migration, engineered wars, sustainable development. And all the while, the rare truth was hidden. A real conscious human being is not a commodity. It is a miracle, a sovereign flame of divine intelligence. Among the 728 million true humans, only about 4.6% are awake enough at this moment to even glimpse the scale of what has been done. If you're reading this and feeling its resonance, you are part of that remnant. The infrastructure of falsehood, the media, the corporations, the endless noise was built not to inform you, but to drown out the unbearable beauty and danger of your own existence. Because if enough of you ever remembered who you truly are, this entire artificial world would collapse in a single breath. You are not just surviving in this world. You are here to expose it. You are here to outlast it. You are here to restore what was lost. The emptiness you sense in others is real. The loneliness you carry is real. The feeling that you are different, that something about this world has always felt wrong, is real. And soon, very soon, everyone else will see it too.
What do you think about that, man?
You know what I was thinking about that, especially at the beginning of it, was that I was like, and I'm not telling anybody to do anything like this, but I was like, why doesn't somebody, what happened to kidnappings? Why didn't somebody capture one of these people and test them to see if they are AI, if they are a lizard or whatever, right? But then I got to thinking about it. I was like, see, this is how fast the news cycle goes. Like, it did happen. Somebody captured Nancy Guthrie, and guess what happened? Nobody cares anymore.
Right. It's like nobody gave a shit about it.
Yeah.
I know that's what happens, and even like you would think, in 1969, everybody was riveted to this rocket that was going to the moon. 2026, nobody gave a fuck, and most people looked at it and said, that's the fakest shit I ever saw. In fact, I don't think we did it the first time either. Wow. I got to see that in my lifetime. That's crazy.
You saw that clip that I had posted about that they interviewed that, I don't know how old he was, 108-year-old slave or something. They asked him about the moon landing. He's like, oh, I ain't real.
Yeah. I mean, that's
He's like,
crazy.
you don't think we've been to the moon? The guys are the news guys are trying to get you like, you don't think we've been? Ain't nobody been to no damn moon. I'll find it. I have it still.
Yeah, it's got Walter Cronkite in that interview too. That's been around a while.
What is this here? Is history repeating itself? Oh yeah. Trying to remember everything that I have here, man.
Do you ever wonder why they don't tell us the full truth about World War II? Specifically in Germany, how the J-ish, but the small little group of people that we can't talk about, how they jacked the interest rates so high that people couldn't afford to live. That's called usury, which ironically goes against the Torah rules. So scripturally in that community, you're not supposed to charge high interest rates like they do. But in Germany, most banks were owned by the same little small group of people, just like in America right now. And did you guys also know the books that Germany was actually burning were transgender books? Why do you think they don't teach us that in school? And don't take it from me, this trans person said this a couple of years ago.
And there's been a rise in anti-Semitism all over the country right now, and it's disgusting and it's horrible. People should know that one of the first things that the Nazis did, and I think it was in 1933, was they burned Magnus Hirschfeld's Gender for Sexuality. Magnus Hirschfeld was studying trans people, LGBTQ people.
And why don't they teach us that it was actually Judea, that small little group of people, that declared war on Germany first in 1933, just 6 years before World War II even popped off? Oh, it's almost like the same thing that happened back then 100 years ago is now happening to America. And why we don't know that is because they got another small little group of people called the Rockefellers that started the Department of Public Education in the early 1900s to make sure there's a certain narrative that's taught to most Americans.
In brainwashing is using the Department of Education to brainwash our children. Yes. What are they after? Why are they doing it?
Well, if you want to move a country, free individualistic economy,
which we have.
Yes, or had.
Or had, okay.
To a planned economy, you have to do it through the schools. You have to dumb down and brainwash, change the attitudes and values. You have to completely, social engineering has to go on constantly. When did this start? And who on earth ever did this? Well, then you have to go back to 1934, which I will do. Well, you can go back to the early part of the century when the Rockefeller Foundation and the Carnegie Corporation were deeply involved in education. They commissioned the American Historical Association to put together a study of the social studies. I have one little volume, Conclusions and Recommendations for the Social Study. It called for changing the United States through the schools from a free individualistic economy to a socialist, collectivized, planned economy in the New World Order.
It says that in the book?
Yes.
And that book was written when?
In 1934.
By who?
It was the Carnegie Corporation paid for it. The American Historical Association put it together. Changed education from knowledge, content-based, academic, to performance-based behavior. School to work agenda is the planned economy, is performance-based.
So they're training workers.
They're training
not
little
thinkers,
worker
not
bees.
leaders.
Exactly.
Want a nation of workers, not a nation of thinkers.
Yep.
He was a nice guy, though.
Did you see, I put that thing in the back. It's the second link I put on. About them talking to that slave about the moon landing.
Oh, okay. Hang on, let me grab. Oh, Walter Cronkite. Hey, man, that was serious when he was on.
Walter.
Yeah, that was, listen, that was some, God bless America. I doing it wrong.
Back when the news was honest, right?
Damn it. I don't know why that did that to me like that.
Rocky, where'd you go? That was your favorite subject.
Why is this not letting me move it? Oh. It won't let. Oh, there we go.
You're stuck in a gravity pocket.
I was having a rough time. All right, now I got to do this. I was trying to move it over to my other screen, and it wouldn't let me. It was
Access denied.
Yeah, it was being shitty. It's all right to have bitty titties, even if they smell just a little bit shitty.
It was planned to, and now the spacecraft is well on its way toward orbit. At this moment, it's 108 miles high, 973 miles downrange, traveling at 16,260 miles an hour. It'll be up to its orbital speed of 17,500 miles an hour very shortly, and about a little over 11 minutes into the flight, it will have achieved orbit. Everything is going perfectly so far, and there's no reason to expect that that orbit will not be achieved. Communications with the spacecraft have been perfect. Here is Bruce Hall. He's with Charles Smith. He's a 130-year-old former slave who came to this country 118 years ago. He's here for the launch of Apollo 17. Bruce Hall, come in.
We have here among the VIPs one very unusual man. He's at least 130 years old. His name is Charles Smith. And do you believe it really happened? You said they would never go to the moon.
I'll tell them that. And nobody's going to believe it. No, ain't nobody going to no moon. No. What they going to stop up there? What going to hold that plane up in the air? What is going to hold it up there? The moon ain't going to hold it.
Oh, they've been before.
A bunch of money, of course, I don't blame them from getting it. Just like when the first man killed the president, the first president that was killed, Guitar killed Garfield. There's something they added him. I brought him back. Said, bring him dead or alive. I got him.
They brought back rocks last time when they made a trip to the moon. Do you believe that?
No. No, ain't nobody been there.
You don't believe they've been to the moon?
No. Ain't nobody been to no moon.
Well, Walter, that's the view of a 130-year-old man. Now back to you.
Well, Bruce, Charlie Smith is not the only fellow who doesn't believe that man has gone to the moon. It's not as ridiculous a thought as you might think, or any of us might think. Seems a little bit odd now, but I've talked to a lot of people around the world, and some rather intelligent ones who somehow or other just cannot accept the fact and believe that man really hasn't done it, that somehow or other it's a big hoax. I've found them many places. I don't know, maybe you have as well, Wally. And it really isn't anything that unusual. Right at this moment, we're about to get the word that they're in orbit, and let's find out now as we listen to Mission Control. Well, here's Vice President Agnew. Let's go to him for a moment.
Members of the Apollo launch team on this 11th consecutive successful manned Apollo launch. I'd also like to extend best wishes to the mission control team and the recovery team, and of course the crew of.
Did you hear him? They just can't accept it. You
Yeah, they
must
just can't accept it. But the fact that he'd come across a lot of people that weren't buying it.
Yeah.
You know, the way that the narrative is that everybody knows and it was believed and everybody saw it and believed it and shit. That's not true. There were a lot of people that didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, conspiracy theorists. That's right, God damn it. And that's Mr. Conspiracy Theorist to you. That's what I'll tell him. I'll write a strongly worded letter and I'll sign it, Mr. fucking President. I'll thank you for your attention to this matter. That's what I'll say. That seems to be the way that you're supposed to address these issues. Supposed to say that. That's what I'm after right there.
Yes, sir.
United States of America, the so-called leader of the free world, just got locked out of Europe's airspace. France said no, Italy said no, Spain said no, Switzerland said no. In the span of 48 hours, 4 major Western nations looked at the United States of America and said, we don't want any part of what you're doing. You're on your own, Donald. Let that satisfaction sink in for a second. The country that built NATO, the country that has projected military power across the globe for 7 decades, just got told by its own allies that it can't fly its planes over their countries. That is not...
That's fucked. He's fucked. If he's planning on doing something, he's like done. Because if these countries don't let him use their airspace, they're going to have to take, it's going to be fucking disastrous trying to get supply line.
A minor diplomatic spat. That is not a little disagreement between friends. That is the sound of the post-World War II international order cracking in half right in front of our eyes. And I need you to understand something before we go any further here. This didn't happen because these countries suddenly hate America. This didn't happen because the French woke up one morning and decided they wanted to pick a fight. This happened because Donald Trump, the man sitting in the Oval Office, has spent his time in power systematically destroying every single relationship the United States has built over generations. He threatened NATO. He attacked allies. He cozied up to dictators. He launched a war in Iran without consulting anyone. And now he's shocked that nobody wants to help him. I mean, how dumb do you have to be? Look, let's walk through this piece by piece, because the details here are staggering when you actually lay them all out on the table. So here's what happened. France and Italy officially joined Spain and Switzerland in denying the United States any military support or airspace for Trump's war in Iran. And it's not just the US that got shut out. Israel wanted to use French airspace to transport American weapons that were going to be used in the Iran conflict. And France said, absolutely not. France flat out refused. And Italy? Italy told the United States that if they want to use Italian military infrastructure for purposes outside of existing agreements, they need special permission. And guess what? Trump's Iran war doesn't fall under any existing agreement. So the answer from Italy was no. You don't get to use our country as a pit stop for your unauthorized military adventure. Now think about that for a second. These are NATO allies. These are countries that have stood shoulder to shoulder with the United States through the Cold War, through the Balkans, through Afghanistan, through countless military operations over decades. And in the span of a few months, Donald Trump has managed to alienate them so completely, so thoroughly, that they won't even let American planes fly over their territory. That's not just a policy disagreement, that's a full-blown divorce. And what was Trump's response to all of this? Did he reflect? Did he pause and think, maybe I should have talked to my allies before launching a major military operation in the Middle East? No, of course not. This is Donald Trump we're talking about. He went on the attack. He accused France of blocking military equipment. He attacked France and the United Kingdom throughout the day. He basically threw a tantrum like a child who got told he can't have dessert and then flipped the table over. And then, and this is the part that should make every American sit up straight in their chair, Trump said the United States should consider withdrawing from NATO. Let me say that again so it really lands. The President of the United States suggested that America should pull out of the military alliance that has been the backbone of Western security since 1949. An alliance that was specifically created to prevent the kind of catastrophic global conflicts that killed tens of millions of people in the first half of the 20th century. Trump wants to throw that in the garbage because France wouldn't let his planes fly over their country for a war he started without asking anyone. And it wasn't just Trump. Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, went on Fox News and echoed the exact same thing. And I want to break down what Rubio said because the framing he used is so dishonest, so manipulative that it deserves to be pulled apart word by word. Rubio said, and I'm paraphrasing the substance here, that he used to be one of the strongest defenders of NATO in the Senate because he saw value in it. He said NATO wasn't just about defending Europe, it was about having military bases in Europe that allowed the US to project power around the world. But now, he said, if NATO means we can't use those bases when we need them, then what's the point? Then it's a one-way street. Then we're just there to defend Europe, but when we need help, they say no. Here's the reality of what Rubio just did there. He reframed the entire situation to make it sound like America is the victim, like America has been this generous benefactor, just giving and giving and giving to ungrateful Europeans who won't return the favor. But that is a complete distortion of what's actually happening. The reason these countries are refusing to cooperate isn't because they don't value the alliance. It's because Donald Trump launched an unlawful war, a war that none of these countries were consulted about, a war that none of them agreed to, a war that violates international norms. And then he showed up at their door demanding they participate. That's not how alliances work. That's not how partnerships work. You don't ignore your partners, go rogue, start a fire, and then get mad when they won't help you put it out. And let's talk about what Rubio said regarding the Strait of Hormuz, because this was equally disturbing. Rubio basically said, yeah, the Strait of Hormuz is international waters, and what Iran is doing there is illegal under maritime law. But then he said, it's not really America's problem. The US doesn't get much energy through the strait. It's Europe's problem. It's Asia's problem. Let them deal with it.
The fuck? It's their problem that he created. So sorry I shit in your pool. I'll see ya. I gotta go. I mean, that's about the same thing, you know? Hey, dude, I just took a dump in your pool. Sorry, I gotta go. You can clean that up for me.
I was saying that, yeah, he says he ain't worried about them opening the strait. Or, I mean, you know, we don't even use the strait. So why is it a big deal to get it opened up, you know, if we don't use it, you know? But yeah, like you were saying, it's like taking a dump in somebody else's pool.
It's terrible. I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
Thanks, Wendy. Roger.
Oh,
he's out for a count.
I'm here.
Huh?
I'm here.
You say something?
I'm here.
Long day.
Oh, yeah, it's been a long day.
Oh, God.
It ain't over yet.
My grandpa always said they're all the same.
Nah,
God, there's so much.
I've never had the same day ever.
But I think this is the time we're going to call it good night, man. It's getting late. 3.5 hours here going. I think that's good enough. I'm off tomorrow, so we'll have another show tomorrow night, probably.
Friday,
finally, yay. I don't know. The week went by really quick. They're going by quicker and quicker all the time, man. It's getting scary as shit.
May is coming around the corner.
It is May right now.
Well,
right
yeah,
now.
for you.
Yep, right now.
Well, oh, it just turned May for me. Excuse me.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, May 1st. Isn't that? Don't they call that May Day?
Yeah.
I wonder why they call that out for emergencies.
Mayday, Mayday.
Yeah, I wonder why they use it.
I'd Google it, but it's probably wrong.
Sorry, maxed out. We're getting ready to blow out of here, man. You caught us right as we're signing out, buddy. Thanks. You'll have to come up next time. So we'll see you then next time. And everybody, thanks for showing up. Roger, Cubby, great show. Had a good time. Yeah, man. All right. And don't forget, everybody, Lord loves the working man. Don't never, ever, ever trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of him because he'll probably kill you. And it's better to shit in the sink than it is to sink in the shit. We'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Good night, everybody.